Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. We are talking Robinhood earnings. A huge beat. Shouldn't come to you as a surprise. We gave a $40 price target on this nearly a year ago, and it smashed through there and has continued going. We have been in a bull market now for 2.5 years, so brokerages make money when people are borrowing with margin, when they're using their services, and so on and so forth. And we told you that when Robinhood went into the UK, all the outlay has been done. Even though it's still being built out in the UK, people are able to trade in the UK. It's going to go into Europe. It's going to be one of the best, most profitable brokerages in the world. I absolutely love Robinhood. You all know I've got my solid gold credit card, and I mean solid gold credit card, not actual gold color, solid gold. And Robinhood is a solid gold business. Congratulations to Vlad Tenev, the CEO of Robinhood. No surprise. It's why I use it all day, every day. It's a great business, and it's great to see the brokerage, the company that I trade on, be so successful. So here we go. The Robinhood earnings. Welcome to our Robinhood earnings. We are just 29 minutes to go before the call begins. I want to welcome all our new members, Roman, Educated Consumer, and Rod Mohan, who have just become members of our channel. Thank you very much to all of you. Lovely to have you here. So we've got a lot going on. Robinhood. Tomorrow we've got Donut. We've got DDOG. No, I beg your pardon. That's Donut, is it? DDOG tomorrow morning. That's our earnings call tomorrow. There are 3 more spots available. If you are a member of our channel and you'd like me to cover the any earnings tomorrow, there is the membership link. Become a member. $5 minimum super chat, and I will cover your favorite earnings. I can do your favorite earnings. We can do 3 more tomorrow. So if you'd like one tomorrow, you can have 2 in the morning and one more in the morning and 2 after hours tomorrow. But coming up in a few moments' time, we have got the Robinhood earnings. This is how it's being presented at the moment. We've got audio coming through. I'll just share with you. There you go. There is the audio. We've got ourselves 27 minutes to go before the call begins. So we are on standby. Starts at 4 p.m. Central. We're now at 15:32. As you can see on the screen just below me, this is the real live clock all the time. Robinhood has beaten on earnings, a very, very, very comfortable earnings indeed. This is the result here. Estimated 43 cents a share. It was 54 cents a share. An absolutely fantastic growth. Absolutely huge. It's one of their best ever beats. They are now a profitable company. They are making money. It's onwards and upwards from here. I don't know where we can value it next, but right now we've exceeded all our valuations. The company is exceeding and growing and expanding. This is very, very good news indeed for investors of Robinhood. Now then, in this live show, we're going to cover all comments and questions. We've not been doing that all day because we've been covering different things. We've been doing all our set videos, but now I'm going to do it. Welcome, Roman. New member. Educated Consumer, new member. Rod Mohan, new member. Everyone's a member here. 98% of our live viewers are members. Pump. Joseph Kinch, good afternoon to you. Let's go, Martin. Indeed. Let's say go. Leston win. I'm glad you got your issue fixed. Yes, I did get it fixed. Thank you so much indeed. It was a situation I needed to take care of for Leah, and I stopped the shows because I love my wife, of course, and I took care of business. So everything is now fine. Thank you for your concern, Mike. Appreciate it, mate. Hi, Leston. JT, good afternoon. I think pump. Don't sell your soul. Hood is good. Good is good. Good is hood. Hope you are doing well. Surf 26 snow. I am. It's a guessing game when it comes to the earnings now these days. Not really. The numbers were there in the balance sheet. Here we go.
Alex Tseppel donated £2 through a super chat. Bought at $55. Got the pump. Thanks to you, Martin.
You are very, very welcome. Thank you for the super chat saying so. Much, much appreciated. I'm really glad you made money on that. It was really no surprise at all. Congratulations to you. We're now getting overbought, really. So consider taking some profits. No one ever lost money by trimming and taking profits and then buying on dips. Like now, you see, for example, it popped all the way up there. It was a great return. If you'd sold 20% of your position, you could now buy a bit more back and add to it. It's a great business, but you do want to be able to trim and take profits. See, it's coming down very, very quickly. As I talk about that, people are doing exactly what I predicted, taking profits. You should do, because now it's overbought. My stock investments are VU, SCHD, and 2. Cedar Trees. Did you see I responded to our members-only comments? Now I respond to all of the members, filter all the members. We have no bots, no trolls, no scammers on our shows. The phone line is now open, by the way. The phone line is open. If anybody wishes to call in, you can call in before the call starts. You've got 20 minutes. The phone line has been off all day because I've been going through and getting everything done. All these reviews that I've been doing for people, I've been doing as much as I can. There'll be many, many, many more tomorrow. So if you'd like to call in, live phone in. We've got another new member. My gosh, we're getting so many members.
Surf26 Snow has become a member.
There you go. Now then, for all of you who are becoming members, we do provide training for free. We don't charge for it. We never have a coupon code that expires. We cover all the cost. There is Discord. You can either become a premium member or a free plan member. It's entirely up to you. Click on there. If you are a premium member, you have priority in the Discord server. You have your name in green. It's only a couple of bucks. Or you can be a free plan member. The choice is yours, and you have the same, but you're not as priority when it comes to replies and comments, and you're not supporting the channel. That's what it's for. Some people want to do that, and they want to get premium service. So that's what that's for. Discord is there. If you want to become a member, there's the link. If you are a member, you can now follow me on Instagram and X, and I'll reply to you. I reply to all members' comments, every single one. We filter it. We have no bots, no trolls, no scammers on our channel, and we don't have any. And I respond to all comments. I hope everyone took profit there. I told you that it was overbought. I hope you all took profits. Very, very easy to make money here. My stock investments are VU, SCHD, and 2. Surf to 26. Thank you so much indeed. Hope what's on Facebook isn't true. Otherwise, it is a rip. I hope what's on Facebook isn't true. Otherwise, it is rest in peace Fight Club. I have no idea what Fight Club is. Fight Club? I hope what's on Facebook isn't true. Kins and Valkers. If it is, rest in peace Fight Club. I have no idea what that means. If someone could explain that to me, if that's important, please, one of my members, provide the link in Discord and let me know. Is that important? Are you referring to Fight Channel or Fight Club? What are you referring to? Anyway, hope everything is well, Martin. Everything is well now. I took care of Leah, a situation I had to take care of. Lucas Age, hit the like button on the way in. Yes, let's have some fun right now. We've got 20 minutes before the call begins. So we want to get 100 likes today. Are you ready? Are you ready to rumble? Let's do it. Here we go. 100 likes. Let's go. Here we go. We've got 62 watching right now. 62 watching. There it is. 62 watching and 16 likes. Tap the like button. We'll have low numbers today because there are so many live streams that everyone's catching up with. So don't expect massive views. It doesn't matter. We're providing a service for the members. The members have asked me to cover different stocks. That's what we've been doing all day, and we'll do a lot more tomorrow. So we're going to get a lot less views. It doesn't matter. People are watching everything else from earlier. So our subscribers is now 62,857. I lost about 8 subscribers on the last video, the dividend cons. When I say cons, I mean literally cons. People buying dividend stocks thinking it's a great idea when it simply isn't. So there you go. All right. There you go. Let me come back to here again. Let's get this up here. Now, I don't believe for a moment that I have Stacey Bailey in the chat. Someone in the chat someone has just phoned in pretending to be Stacey Bailey. She's not on camera, so I'm not going to let her on. I don't think that is Stacey. That's somebody else pretending to be Stacey. They're not on camera. So Stacey, if you are in the green room trying to call in, I don't think it's you. I think it's a scammer pretending to be you. I can see that. I can reverse IP. So they think they're smarter than me, but we'll have to get out of bed a lot earlier than that. Right, so Stacey, if it is you, come on camera. But I think we know what's going on. Right, here we go. So what we got now? 63 likes. Sorry, 63 watching and 16 likes. Let's refresh the screen. Let's go up here. How many we got now? 35. 35 likes. Let's get a couple more. Very, very quiet today because we're putting out lots of content. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we get less views. What's important is that I cover all the members' requests and to deliver the things that you wanted to see. All right, okay, our scammer's gone away now, trying to pretend to be Stacey and thought I couldn't tell. I've got all sorts of reverse software for IPs, and it's hilarious that they think they're going to outsmart me on stuff like that. Really, really quite funny. Anyway, let's have a look. Hit the like button on the way in. Thank you, Jason. Cedar Trees, I responded to you about your review. You wanted, I'm just trying to find it down here, Sensonics. I've already done it for you in a live stream, but you were very upset with me that you've waited since June. You haven't. I actually done it in a live stream, but I will do it again because you were, not because you were upset with me. I just thought I'd be nice. Right, anyway. It's not running, is it? Songs for Space. It's not running, is it? I'm not sure I understand what that means. Surf to Show, just become a member. Thank you to you. I have to support the legend. That's very kind of you. Hood up 422% in the last year. PLTR up 392. Except one has got value and one hasn't. So there you go. Vincent Volkers, what are you saying? What happened? No social media for me, just YouTube. Martyn, you are a good soul, and I appreciate that. Thank you much indeed. Hello, Martyn Investor. Check Cisco Systems. After market close, it is gone. I have to focus on the members, I'm afraid. 98% of our live viewers are members. I have to do the members' requests. I don't have time to do anybody else's. Fight Channel, I apologize. On Facebook. Fight Channel on Facebook. Rest in peace. So what has gone on? Kinson, can someone share me that information? Can someone share me that information? Let me have a look. I'm concerned about one of our members. Someone is telling me that Fight Channel, there's something wrong. Something happened on his he hasn't. I don't see he's even got a Facebook. So how do you have that, Kinson Valkus? You're not one of my members, so I don't know if you're giving me the accurate information. Can one of my members please give me a link? I don't think this is correct. I have got no information about Fight Channel's Facebook page. He's got no links for it. I've never seen it. So I'm going to regard that as not true until someone shows me different. But I'd love to know. That's very alarming if there's a concern there. If someone can share that with me. A Facebook page to do with Fight Channel. Vincent Valkus, if you became a member, I can verify your information, but you're not a member. I don't know if you're making this up or what. I just don't know. No one else can see it right now. News cycle been rubbish. Love the ETF video, Jed. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank you. I hope it stops everyone from losing money. I love your content, man. Keep up excellent work. You are a good man. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Can you share a link? Cedar Trees. He can't share a link. He's not a moderator or a member, so he can't verify what he's saying. Yes, please share. Mike wants to know. We all want to know. Unfortunately, it might be Fight Channel saying it himself. I don't know. The phone line is open. If Fight's watching, he can call in. But I don't think that's correct information. Hi, Mike. You think we are still going to pump tomorrow, Martyn? I don't. On what stock? Hi, Classic iCedar. Where on Facebook are you seeing these claims you are making? Those are serious claims, not funny to be saying. I know. Yeah. Please, sorry, Martyn. Joseph, please don't apologize. Not at all. Hi to all Robin Hoodies. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Love it, love it, love it. Hello, Zach. What do you think earnings will do and price will be for Hood? Well, we've just beaten on earnings. We know. Alex is in the chat. All right, I've got Alex in. I might have some information. I don't know. What has Alex got for me? Alex, let's bring Alex into the show. If you are a member, you can call in. Good afternoon, Alex. How are you?
Good afternoon, Martyn. Let me pause this so I can fix the sound. Okay. How are you today?
I'm all right. I'm very well, mate. I'm very well indeed. We've got 15 minutes before the call starts. How can I help you, sir?
Absolutely. I just want to call you. I've searched on Facebook. I haven't found anything about Fight Channel. So I'm not sure if that's accurate. Like the person who said it, possibly if he can share the information for us.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I love about the family. All the members start researching when we get information to protect the channel, protect the information. So I really appreciate, Alex, you doing that. Thank you. I can't do everything myself. So thank you for that. If you do find anything, then of course send it into Discord and I will share the link. But I don't even think Fight's got a Facebook page on his channel. There's no mention of it on his YouTube channel. And I didn't know about it. And I would have known about it, I think. But thank you very much for calling in. Was there anything else you wanted to share?
No worries. I just wanted to say, what an absolutely amazing night. Robinhood is pumping up.
Oh, I'm so pleased for you. Absolutely, yeah. Take some profit, though. You saw how it just dipped a moment ago. It's now overbought. It's great, but if you put in, let's say you put in $100 and let's say you've made 50% or 20% or 30%, anything above 10%, you've outperformed the S&P for the year. So you've beaten the benchmark. Remember, most hedge fund managers can't beat the benchmark. If you've beaten the benchmark, you're better than the system. Right? So take some profit. If you're up 50%, I'm not saying sell all of it because now you're not in your stock that's making you money, right? It might keep on going. It probably will keep on going, but nothing goes on forever and ever and ever. There's always a correction and a rotation. So this sector is hot. What have I been saying all year? The finance sector is making the money. Robinhood will be more efficient when it does more things on crypto. And I don't mean just sells more crypto, but does more transactions over the crypto network. So it's going to continue growing. It's got a good future. But if you've made if you put $100 and you've now got $200, say you've doubled your money, there's nothing wrong with saying, I'm going to sell $50, keep 150 in. And then when it dipped a moment ago, like it did, you could have bought some more and it wouldn't have mattered if it had gone down from that position because that was a false position anyway because you were already up. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it's just the same. Absolutely. It's just the same as being where you are and it going down as it is to go in, sell here, buy here, and it goes down. But you've just protected this little bit and got a little bit more. You've kept in if it keeps running up tonight, but you took some of the free money you made to buy a little bit of a dip. Doesn't matter if it goes lower. Don't be upset. A lot of people go, oh, I don't want to do that because my average will go up. That doesn't matter. You've still made that money. That average on the screen is just a number. That doesn't mean a great deal, really. It just looks good and makes you feel good about yourself, but it doesn't do that much. What's important is you bought in here, you sold here, you took some profit off the table, you bought back here like we could have done a few moments ago. It's already gone up and that bit of money was worth more because it gone from here to here. Make sense? So you've bought here, which is less than here. So you've gained a little bit and it's gone up again. You've made more money. If you continually do that, you'll build your portfolio, you'll gain more shares over time, and you'll amplify the profit. Now, even if you end up buying here and it goes to here, doesn't matter. It would have been exactly the same if you'd gone from here to here. No difference. Yes, it will say you're down on that rather than you're up from the lower position, but overall, you're still up. That's what matters. That's how to successfully trade and never lose money. So good luck.
I followed your advice, to be honest. When you said like sell 20%, I did.
Congratulations. Did you just buy on the dip though? Did you buy on the dip?
I got confused a little bit because it says now buy a limited position.
Buy a limited position? What do you mean?
Yeah, so when I go in to buy the stock, it has buy order, which is the normal one. But that starts like from the beginning of the market when it starts.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the way your brokerage is doing it. Yeah, during the live the live trading, which was up to 50 minutes ago, you could just buy it live. The New York Stock Exchange was open. We're now in after hours. Well, depending on your brokerage and your setup, will mean different things. You know, we're after hours. Then we've got overnight hours. You may not have overnight hours on your portfolio. Robinhood does. I don't know if you're using Robinhood UK on this. Are you?
Not really. I've searched it, so I'm using Robinhood USA.
Oh, you are using? Oh, yes, of course. Well, you've got overnight hours then. You've got overnight hours as well.
It should, yeah, it should.
So you can do limit orders. You can do limit orders. Yeah, always do a limit order, because even if the stock sits here, it's moving like this. You just can't see it because Robinhood just simplifies it, right? It's actually doing this, but you're just seeing it sit there. Because the stock will be moving quite violently now, if you just go buy 10 shares, sell 10 shares, you may or may not get lucky. Because if you do a limit order, you'll get the price that you want. Right, so you'll sell it for the price you want, you'll buy it for the price you want, and so on and so forth. But it's gone up again now. You've already taken some profit, which is fantastic. Wait for a little pullback. Now, if you still like the business, it still makes sense. You still feel there's growth. In 8 minutes, we'll learn how much more growth is left, where the guidance is. If you hear the guidance is good and everything is good, the stock will probably go a bit higher. But then people tomorrow will take profit. And they'll do exactly what I'm saying now. They'll buy a bit more. They might not sell all their positions unless they want to exit the market and live in Hawaii and they're done. Or in your case, you'll go, right, I'll just take 20% off the top or whatever you feel comfortable with and buy that dip. And it doesn't matter then if it goes down lower, because you still gain that position. It doesn't matter that your average goes up or that position says you're negative. You're not really negative because you bought it from down here. So it's not really negative, right? So just consider doing that. So anyway, great stuff. Congratulations to you. Oh, Stacey's on the... Yes, well, welcome. I'm going to let you go now because Stacey wants to call in as well. Thank you ever so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you. Stacey Bailey, you're live on the show. Was that you calling a minute ago?
It was, but my phone won't. Is that feedback on me or you?
Yeah. You're on. You're talking to me. Yep.
Do you hear feedback?
Can I hear feedback? No, I can hear you. I can see you. Everything's fine.
Uh-oh.
No, everything's great. Stacey, talk to me. I've only got 5 minutes.
I don't know where my screen went. Anyway, it was me, but for some reason, every time I try to do it on my phone, it freezes. So I just use my laptop.
All right, no worries. I didn't know if it was somebody pretending to be you, and I get these all the time, so I get them 100 times a day.
I was trying to call in to tell you that I think they meant Fight Channel when it all started. But
okay.
I did find 2 pages on Facebook that use the same logo that he does on his YouTube channel with the star and the whatever, but nothing's been posted on those since 2012. So,
so someone is just making up stuff and now not confirming it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it kind of worried me at first because I was like, he didn't post anything today, and he usually posts every day.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I mean,
well, I think you can all guess why I did the dividend video today. I actually watched one of his dividend rebalancing videos this morning to check in what he was doing. He did a rebalancing of margin, except it's not rebalancing, selling everything and then just buying it back again. So I thought, what is going on here? let me look into what these dividend stocks are all about, and hence why I produced that last video. Hey, I like the glasses. You look very much like Kathy Wood.
Oh, great.
Well, some people think that's quite good, you know what I mean? It's a compliment. It's all right. A better version,
Anyway.
a better version, though. Yeah, you look intelligent and wealthy and like you know what you're talking about with the glasses on.
Yeah, you
Hang
know.
on. I'll join you for a minute. We've got 4 minutes, so I've got a chance to join you. There you go. Now we both know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about. Bloody right. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming back to me and saying, yes, you found a Facebook page. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. But there wasn't anything posted there, so that's good. So I wonder who that
if I find
person
something else, I'll let you know. But
thank you. I know you will. None of us want Fight to have any pain or anything bad happen. We're all quite upset about the whole situation. But we have to move forward and have to do what's right for the members. And a lot of people, you heard Vanessa, she said after what Fight Channel said, I went and bought those dividend stocks. Well, they don't actually make any sense, really.
Yeah, it just kind of worried me. And then, I don't know, something weird. It's weird, the whole situation.
Yes. Well, the phone line's open. He can call in anytime he wants. Hope he does.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you,
all right,
Stacey.
I'll let you go and get ready for your stuff.
Thank you for calling in. Appreciate your help. Much appreciated.
No problem.
Thank you.
Bye.
Love your job. Lovely. I love how all the members are calling in, watching out for Fight. It's wonderful. It's a shame he's not seeing it and aware of it, but it really is great. I hope Kinson isn't trolling. We don't know what was going on there, do we? 20 trades, 20 wins, kind of goes kind of hard, Martin. 20 trades, 20 wins, goes kind of hard, Martin. Not sure what you mean. It is 20 trades. It is 20 wins. Take that as you like. Martin, you the best. Thank you. What do you think about TU? I can't look at that right now. I'm afraid. I meant on Hood, 1 billion in revenue. So crazy. Not really, when you consider it. Martin, you are fantastic. I love your wisdom, patience, and humor. Thank you so much. Alf Full, that's very kind of you. Stacey Bailey has no idea. She's still online. There you go. I haven't found anything on Facebook about Fight Channel. I don't join channels, but Martin is a legend and truly great soul. I'm all in for supporting the Piano Man. Thank you so much indeed. I searched your video library on YouTube and couldn't find any video on Sense. I know, I didn't do an individual video. I did it in a live stream. I always do what I say, and I say what I do. I write everyone's earnings request down. I do them all. But you've asked me to do it again. You're obviously unhappy with me, and I am only interested in making you happy. So I will do it again for you. And this time you'll have your own video. So I will make sure, Cedar Trees, you are a member of my channel. You have been now for a long time, and 6 months, coming on a year, and I will put it right, even if I have already done it. My job is to exceed expectation, not merely meet it. It is hard to imagine that YouTube would allow a channel to exist that is as stupid as juvenile content that your latest band member made a channel of. It is hard to imagine that YouTube would allow a channel to exist that is as stupid as the juvenile content that your last band member made a channel of. Listen, Matt, that's a bit harsh. YouTube is a broadcasting platform for anyone to broadcast whatever they like. If Fight wants to make videos with Barbie dolls, that's up to him. I wouldn't do it. It's not for me, but that's what he wants to do. That's up to him. And there's some people enjoy it. He has nearly 1,000 subscribers. So, it's up to him. Everyone has different tastes. YouTube don't decide what's right and wrong. If he wants to make videos about Barbie dolls, he certainly can. I've got no problem with that. Hood going higher. He won the Guinness World Record number of times a man can say ladies and gentlemen. Again, that's his personality. That's his thing. I've got nothing against Fight Channel at all. We just can't have anyone coming in the channel saying, I'm a liar, this is rubbish, when it's based upon nothing at all, and never coming back and explaining their point of view. Well, that's all it is. That's all we're talking about. Right, here we go. We count down to Robinhood. I like this. This is very professional. I've never seen this before. Countdown to Robinhood. Look at this. There's the audio. I'm going to mute it. let's not attack others. No, absolutely not. Anyone can have a channel on anything they like. We support it. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to like it. There's lots of things in this world that I don't like, and I just don't watch it. And I just don't, care. It doesn't matter. If you don't like it, just watch something else. Don't leave bad comments or tell someone they're stupid because you don't like it. It's not for me. I wouldn't get up every night and sit and watch certain videos, but that doesn't matter. There are people that do. Okay, Kinson Valkers. Yeah, that wasn't very nice, was it? Very unpleasant person came in saying that. 9-year-old types better than me. I could see Hood hit 100 easily. Even if we didn't find a Facebook page, no matter what happened belongs in the past and hope all is well. That's correct. Just remember, he is a military veteran. We respect everyone's service, but at the end of the day, everyone's the same and we treat everyone exactly the same. Okay, here we go. Let's see if they go live on time. Let's see what happens. This is
Thank
Robinhood.
you to everyone for joining Robinhood's Q4 and full year 2024 earnings call. Joining today are CEO and co-founder Vlad Tenev, CFO Jason
Media
Warnick,
Digitization
and Senior
Solutions
Manager of Investor
donated
Relations,
£1 through
Jack
a super
Freeman.
chat.
Vlad and Jason will offer opening remarks and then open the call to Q&A.
That must be an
During
AI
the Q&A
bot.
portion of the call,
Never
we
heard
will
that on a
answer
call before.
questions from institutional research analysts, and we will also answer questions from retail analysts who may hold an ownership position in Robinhood. As a reminder, today's call will contain forward-looking statements. Actual results could differ materially from our expectations, and we have no duty to provide updates unless legally required. Potential risk factors that could cause differences, including regulatory developments that we continue to monitor, are described in the press release we issued today, the earnings presentation, and our SEC filings, all of which can be found at investors.robinhood.com. Today's discussion will also include non-GAAP financial measures. Reconciliations to the GAAP measures we consider most comparable can be found in the earnings presentation. With that, please welcome Vlad and Jason.
Whoa. We don't want this audio. I'm just muting the music. There we go.
All right. Good to see everyone.
They're trying to do a...
Thank you for being here for our first live video earnings call. Hopefully this is both informative, but also entertaining.
They're trying to do
everyone.
a Palantir style thing.
Let me first start by saying that this was a big quarter for us. So we did over $1 billion in revenue for the first time as a public company, really for the first time in the history of the company. And that capped off what was a record-breaking year with over $3 billion in revenue for the whole year. And I would say that this was driven by a lot of things. And let me remind you the three priorities we have as a public company. So the first one is being number one in active traders. Second one is being number one in wallet share for the next generation. And our long-term arc being the number one global financial ecosystem. I'm really proud of the product velocity in 2024. So the team executed unbelievably well. And there's a couple of things to point out. We began scaling the Robinhood Gold Card. And Robinhood Gold Card, it wasn't just a Me Too credit card. I think we did a nice job building a revolutionary credit card. And it has both best-in-class rewards and user experience. Robinhood Legend, which we announced at the Hood Summit event just a couple of months ago, our first desktop platform built from the ground up just for active traders. And I think what's been even more amazing than the initial launch is we not only rolled it out, but the team's been executing really well and adding new things on a weekly basis. It's been energizing to see the customer feedback and to see the team respond to that. New things are landing, new indicators, new features pretty much every week. And as a result, I should mention one other exciting thing, we added a whole new derivatives business. So Robinhood Derivatives launched also last year at the Hood Summit, and we're offering both futures outrights and event contracts, which is an innovative new asset class that our customers are super excited about. So we're excited to do more there. As a result of this product velocity, we saw fantastic business results. I mentioned the $1 billion in revenue quarter, $3 billion for the full year, which, by the way, up 58% from 2023, almost and 2x from 2 years ago. And some of the things we track on a more input-oriented basis, market share up 30% year over year, both for equities and options. Record net deposits of over $50 billion, which is over a nearly 50% growth rate, multiples of what traditional brokerages are seeing. And gold subscribers also had a banner year, up to a
Surf
record of
26
$2.6
Snow donated
million, which
$5
is
through a
80%
super chat.
growth
We
year
all
over year.
appreciate you.
And now we're
We
at over
need more
10%
souls as
attach rate
beautiful
if
as
you look at
yours.
the overall
Thank
customer
you for
base,
your
over
dedication and
10% gold
honesty.
attach rate. And we've continued to see strength actually through 2025. We're closing in on 3 million gold subscribers. And perhaps the thing that I'm most excited by is if you look at the net new customer funded accounts in Q4, of those new customers that joined Robinhood in Q4, over 30% have adopted gold. So that 10% attach rate increases to well north of 30% if you look at new customers. So the team's been really executing well, and there's more to do, but we're proud of the progress we've made there. There's going to be 3 events in 2025, 3 new product events, and the agendas are already packed. So we're very excited for them. Gold event is coming up in March in San Francisco. We're going to be launching a bunch of new products and features for the gold program, including advisory, which we've been working on, and I think you guys are going to like what you see there. Our first crypto event in June, which will be in France. And then, of course, Hood Summit, our active trader event. Got great feedback. We're going to bring that back, and that'll be later this year. So I'll talk a little bit about what you can expect in 2025. But first, let me turn it over to Jason for business and finance results.
Thanks, Vlad. Q4 was a record-setting quarter, and 2024 a record-setting year. In both, we reached new highs for many of our financial measures and KPIs, including assets under custody, net deposits, gold subscribers, revenues, adjusted EBITDA, and earnings per share. Here's some of the full year 2024 highlights. Revenues up 58% to nearly $3 billion. Adjusted EBITDA up over 160% to $1.4 billion. And adjusted EBITDA margin grew to 48%. This really shows the operating leverage in our business, with over 80% of top-line growth dropping to the bottom line. And in our first full year of positive net income, earnings per share was $1.56. We've built strong momentum entering 2025, and we're staying focused on delivering another year of profitable growth. So let's talk a bit about Q4. Revenues more than doubled year over year to $1 billion, driven by strong revenue growth, strong growth across the board, including transaction volumes, interest-earning assets, securities lending, and gold subscriptions. And like you said, Vlad, Robinhood Gold subscribers are closing in on 3 million, driving annualized gold subscription revenue higher to now above 170 million. We also stayed disciplined on expenses in Q4. This brought full-year adjusted OPEX and SBC to $1.94 billion, up 7% year over year, and within our original outlook. You may recall a couple of years ago, we set a goal to bring share-based compensation as a percentage of revenue into the zone of 10%, down from higher levels in the past. So it feels really great. We achieved that milestone in 2024, and we're staying focused on managing this even lower over time. And as you saw, we had a large tax benefit in Q4. Given our recent strong performance and forecast of continued profits, we released most of our valuation allowance. We now expect our long-term tax rate to be more normalized in the mid 20% zone before any quarterly items. Now, as we look to 2025, we want to keep investing for profitable growth while driving efficiency. So for revenues, we're planning on another year of double-digit growth, driven by product innovation, market share gains, and expanding into new markets. And on expenses, we'll keep managing our existing businesses to low single-digit growth or even lower, and then make focused investments for growth for both new products on our roadmap and increasing marketing by another $100 million or so this year. And we're keeping our hands on the wheel as we monitor the environment and evaluate potential investment opportunities. So our outlook for adjusted OPEX and SBC is a range of 2.0 to 2.1 billion. Now, it's important to note that this does not include provisions for credit losses, any large regulatory charges, or anything related to our acquisitions of Trade PMR or Bitstamp. And the midpoint of our outlook range is up about 10% from 2024. As for provisions for credit losses, these have been in the zone of about $20 million for the past couple of quarters, and we expect they'll gradually increase over time from here. As you know, this will really depend on balancing how quickly we onboard more customers and the underwriting risk, which we continue to manage closely. There's a couple other areas I'd like to highlight. First, we're now more than a quarter of the way through our $1 billion share buyback program, and we're on track for a 2 to 3 year total timeline. As a result of repurchases and other actions that we've taken over the past couple of years, we anticipate our diluted share count will be roughly flat in 2025. This means shareholders will benefit even more as we grow earnings and free cash flow over time. Second, we have a strong momentum to start the year. In January, net deposits were our second highest month ever, and equities, options, and crypto trading volumes were all up double to triple-digit growth rates from a year ago. In fact, January option volumes were an all-time high. It's also great to see January margin balances crossed $8 billion, doubling in the 8 months since we moved to industry-leading pricing. And while it's early, we love the progress we're seeing with new products that we launched in the past few months. For example, looking at annualized trading revenue, Legend is now up to 50 million and index options are up to 15 million. And both are showing nice incrementality and strong week-over-week growth rates. So we feel great about our business and financial results and remain focused on driving another year of profitable growth in 2025. We're continuing to work to maximize earnings per share and free cash flow per share over time. Back to you, Vlad.
It's really amazing to see how quickly Legend has become a $50 million business. I mean, that product launched and rolled out about 2 months ago. So index options too at 15 million, incredibly strong. Many of you joined us for Investor Day just in December in New York, where we outlined the long-term strategy. So in a nutshell, we believe there are multiple ways to grow Robinhood 10x over the next 10 years. And it's an ambitious plan, but we believe we have the right team, the right talent, and the right culture to deliver upon that. So let me tell you a little bit about what you can expect throughout 2025. So on the active trader front, we're going to keep pushing to make Legend the best platform for active traders on the market today. Our active traders should feel like they would be at a disadvantage using any other platform. We're also going to continue to add selection, and a comprehensive platform for event contracts is top of mind. It's a new innovative asset class. Robinhood's going to be front and center in leading the way, offering that to customers. On the share of wallet front, we're going to grow the Robinhood Gold Card from about 100K cardholders today to multiples of that size. And that's very exciting. You'll hear more about that and a bunch more gold products for our members at our gold event in March. And for global financial ecosystem, our 10-year arc, there's actually a lot that we're going to get done this year. So maybe I'll go a little bit deeper here. So one, more selection of crypto tokens. So in the existing app, the Robinhood main app, we're going to keep adding, and we're going to continue to accelerate. In fact, we've added 7 new assets since the election, and as we continue to get more and more regulatory clarity, you should expect to see that continue and accelerate. We're also investing in the Robinhood wallet, which is a separate app, and it's our non-custodial crypto wallet. And that's the gateway to thousands of additional coins for our customers. We've seen a lot of good signs, increased engagement, increased usage, and we're going to keep making it better and better. And then we have Bitstamp. So as we integrate Bitstamp, it both allows us access to the exchange market, which is an institutional market. And we really see an opportunity there to drive the same sort of Robinhood effect that we've brought to retail to the institutional space with crypto. It also allows us to tap into Bitstamp's global reach, where they're live in 50 plus countries. And so you should expect that to continue to accelerate this year. But what I'm perhaps most excited about is tokenization. So I think Robinhood is uniquely positioned at the intersection of traditional finance and DeFi. We're one of the few players that has scale both in traditional financial assets and cryptocurrencies. And what that means for us is bringing real assets onto crypto technology and giving people access to real-world productive assets using crypto rails where they benefit from the liquidity and the other advantages of that technology. And what that means is equities, private investments, and more should be brought onto crypto technology to really unleash the true power of the crypto revolution. I talk a lot more about this in my op-ed in the Washington Post, so I encourage you guys to check that out. And I think we can make a lot of progress on that, not just globally outside the U.S., but even in the U.S. as well. So with that, just close by saying teams have been working incredibly hard. The roadmap is full. There's so much to do, and let's open it up to questions.
Thanks, Vlad. For the Q&A session, we'll start by answering the top few shareholder questions from Say Technologies, ranked by number of votes. We passed over questions that we already addressed on this call or in prior quarters and grouped together questions that shared a common theme. After the Say questions, we'll turn to live questions from our analysts. So I'll kick it off with our first question from Say. First question is from Ali D, who asks, when will the gold credit card be available to a broader audience? Vlad?
Thanks, Ali. Very soon. So thank you, by the way, to all the customers who have expressed interest and continue to express interest in the gold card. The demand for the card has been extreme, and I think
this
that's
is the
really
solid
been
gold
by,
credit card from Robinhood.
The product experience. So it's not just offering customers great rewards with 3% cash back,
and I mean a real
cards,
solid gold card.
And the digital features have gotten really amazing reviews, and we hear from customers every day how much they love it and how they can't believe that other credit cards don't have these features. So today we have a little over 100,000 cardholders.
That's being auctioned soon.
We're working to roughly double that number in the next few months, and that's going to be on the way to growing that to multiples of the 100,000 level this year. So we'd love to move even faster here. But this is about the speed at which successful credit card programs in recent years have rolled out. And I think it's just important to balance the speed of rollout and satisfying the demand with being incredibly prudent regarding the spending and borrowing activity. Jason, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I'd just say, Vlad, you and I have both heard Ravi, who runs credit at Robinhood, several times say how important it is that we be cautious in the short term so that we can be ambitious in the long term. And I think we're striking the right balance, but obviously we want to move as quickly as possible for customers.
Yeah, and the rollout's increasing, so hopefully you'll get one soon.
Thank you both. Our next question comes from Alex B, who asks, will Robinhood offer the ability to do deeper analysis on individual stocks within the app? Will it have charts for financial data over time, such as revenue, net income, etc., and have a feature to compare metrics versus other companies?
Yeah, thank you. I recognize that, Alex B. Congrats on having the 2 of the top 3 voted questions. In short, yes. So one of our goals is for Robinhood to have the very best information, research, and tools in-app. I think we started out offering the best service for you to actually place the transaction. And over time, we've been moving more upstream. And the goal is to not just be the best place to complete the transaction, but also the best place to do your research and to generate ideas. And over the past year, we've really been focusing on furthering that across the charting and the technical analysis experience across the product. You've seen that with Robinhood Legend, which, as we mentioned earlier, is already up to a 50 million annualized revenue rate just after a few months. So we've been focusing on making the charting experience really, really good. Customers are now asking us to bring that into mobile, and the team's continuing to execute, constantly shipping new features. But there's more to do. You mentioned fundamental analysis and some of these more fundamental indicators. Those are on the list as well. There's plenty more to do, and the team is on it. We're excited to share more later this year at Hood Summit, which is our active trader event.
Thanks, Vlad. And to round out Say Q&A, we have another question from Alex B., who asks, will Robinhood offer loans, such as microloans, auto loans, etc.?
So over the long term, the company seeks and aims to fill all of our customers' financial needs. So we want to be the place where you can buy, sell, or hold any financial asset and conduct any financial transaction. And that's a big part of our second arc, which is being number 1 in wallet share for the next generation. So of course, lending needs are a big part of that. Customers have borrowing needs, and we're going to address that in a number of ways. So first, we've really been focusing on the margin product. So we, a little bit under, I guess, a year ago, about 6 to 7 months ago, we revamped our margin offering, and we started offering industry-leading rates. Since then, the margin book has more than doubled. So we've really made tremendous progress there. Even after that doubling, we've got a long way to go to being competitive in terms of size with some of our incumbent competitors. So I think margin has a lot of room to run. We're going to continue to invest there. On the credit card side, which as well as a lending product, we've been making tremendous progress. That loan book's been growing as we get more and more customers onboarded. And as you guys know, we've got a lot more customers to go. So our focus is on nailing those 2 products, which obviously have a sizable lending component. But once we do that, you should expect to see us cover the wide range of customer borrowing needs. So I encourage you guys, once again, Robinhood Gold customer event in March is going to be exciting.
Thanks, Vlad. That concludes our shareholder questions from Say Technologies. We appreciate our shareholders taking time to ask these questions of Vlad and Jason and look forward to more next quarter. Now we will open the call to Q&A. We ask that each person limit themselves to 1 question and return to the queue if they would like to ask a follow-up. To enter the queue, please press star 11 on your phone. If you would like to remove yourself from the queue, please press star 11 again. Our first question comes from Mike Cyprys from Morgan Stanley. Mike?
Great. Hey, Vlad. Hey, Jason. Congrats on the strong results here. Great to see. So you guys outlined a ambitious goal here to be number 1 in wallet share for the next generation and to broaden out services beyond trading. Given the early success that you've had so far with retirement and the waitlist for credit card, can you just maybe talk about what hurdles you might face to achieve this ambitious goal, how you might overcome them, and the progress you expect to make here in 25? Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take that one, Mike. Thanks for the question. I think we have a huge opportunity. The goal is over the long run to be the place where customers can buy, sell, or hold any financial asset or conduct any financial transaction, and to not get stuck with what worked for millennials, but also make sure that we're relevant as the financial home for the next generation. Now, there's a couple of things that we have to continue to do. Number one, this opportunity isn't one that we're alone in wanting to pursue. I think that everyone wants to be the home for their customers' financial needs. And so it's going to involve us continuing to innovate, invest in technology, continue to pick the right products to focus on, and make sure we're well positioned relative to our competitors in the two big technological shifts that are going to transform the financial industry, which are artificial intelligence and crypto technology. And I think we're well positioned. We've got the team, the culture, and the people to do this. So, and you should see us accelerate more products, more features to further wallet share and put us in a position where I think relatively few companies are in to capture the 84 plus trillion in assets that are going to be flowing down to younger generations in the next few decades.
Great. Thank you, Vlad. Just a moment while we get our next person here. Our next question comes from Dan Dolev at Mizuho. Dan?
Hey, team. Great job as always. Epic results again. I have a quick question on sports contracts. You mentioned it at the Analyst Day. Piqued our interest. We did our own internal survey work, which showed massive opportunity with, significant amount of your users also engaged in sports betting. You started it out. It was shut down temporarily. So can you maybe lay out some of the long-term plans or medium-term plans for this, very important, part of the universe? Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, I'll field that one. I think prediction markets are the future. I think they're the future not just as an active trading asset, but also news and information. And Robinhood's going to be right there, leading the way. I think we're going to continue to innovate. And you saw this last year when we launched the presidential election market. So we were one of the few platforms that offered the ability to trade the election. And that was very successful for us. We had over 500 million contracts traded in right around a week leading up to the election. And so what you should expect from us is a comprehensive events platform that will give access to prediction markets across a wide variety of contracts later this year. So the team's been hard at work at that. As with any new innovative asset class, we're pushing the boundaries here, and there's not regulatory clarity across all of it yet, in particular sports, which you mentioned. But we believe in it, and we're going to be a leader. So you should expect us to not just offer it, but continue to drive and push for regulatory clarity industry-wide.
Thank you, Vlad. And just a moment, please. Our next question comes from Patrick Moley at Piper Sandler. Patrick?
Yes, good afternoon. Thanks for taking the question. I have a kind of a two-parter, Jack, so don't get mad at me. But first, both on the crypto offering. First, in terms of, Vlad, you mentioned that the available tokens on the platform, you're going to accelerate the rollout of tokens as we get more regulatory clarity. Can you maybe just specify what you mean by regulatory clarity? Are we waiting for comprehensive legislation, or do you feel like there's going to be something else that can give you the green light to expand that offering? And then secondly, I noticed that you didn't mention staking, I think, in your remarks. Is that still something that you're looking into on the crypto front? Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let me just say that we don't have any technological barriers to adding tokens or services like staking. They're live in the EU, for example, where we've been seeing great adoption. And we have the engineering and the infrastructure capability to add tokens remarkably quickly. You guys might have seen that we were able to list the Trump token very quickly while maintaining the rigor and the approach around Inauguration Day. So, more regulatory clarity is needed across multiple domains. We have been adding more assets, but as I mentioned earlier, I think the real power of crypto technology is when it's able to be applied to real-world productive assets, which would be under the securities regime. So we still need a comprehensive set of rules and regulations for listing crypto asset securities that will allow us to
Northern
tokenize
Treek, I donated
private
$5 through a
companies,
super chat.
as well
Coinbase.
as well as public securities, and that's one of those things that we're going to be continuing to work on, both overseas and in the U.S.
A couple things that I would just add in terms of clarity that would be helpful, particularly for coins that have the characteristics of a security. I think it would be helpful to get additional guidance on being able to safely list those coins. And I know the SEC has had remarks recently suggesting that they're looking at that. And I think that there's also a need for additional clarity on staking as well. And again, it's encouraging to see the improved backdrop. The administration appears very supportive of innovation in the crypto space, which I think is going to be great for customers as well as great for the companies like Robinhood that are competing in this space.
Thank you both, Vlad and Jason. Our next question comes from Tanner from Future Investing. Tanner?
Tanner.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I just wanted to say you guys have some of the best pricing for crypto on the market for retail. And yet, even then, your take rate is essentially going up quite substantially. Can you give us some insight on your pricing strategy and where you foresee the pricing will settle over time?
Sure. Thanks, Tanner. I'll start, and Vlad, you can feel free to add in. If you go back far enough, our take rate was only 10 basis points, and it was just a starting point. And since then, what you've seen is that we've been experimenting over time, balancing, ensuring customers continue to get a great value proposition, but we balance that with shareholder returns. And we have been experimenting, and we have been giving customers a great price, even as the take rate has increased. I think it's up 9 basis points this quarter versus last quarter. We're not done experimenting. It doesn't mean that it's going to keep going up. One of the areas that we're focused on is how to give more compelling pricing to the highest volume traders. And so we'll be experimenting there as well. But when we think of take rates for crypto, when we look at January, take rates are pretty much in line with what we saw in Q4.
Yeah, and the only thing I would add is one of the things we're pretty excited about is a feature called Smart Exchange Routing that we rolled out just a couple weeks ago. And this was really preparing for when we integrate Bitstamp and we have an exchange business, and also part of the integration with Robinhood Legend, which is our active trader platform. A lot of active traders on the crypto side want to engage directly with the order book. So giving customers an option to route to exchange, see the exact exchange pricing, and pay a fee on top of that rather than rebate, I think is something that people have been requesting. So we're going to continue to work on that. Early results are promising, and we want to give customers more options while still maintaining industry-leading pricing across the board.
Thanks, Vlad. Thanks, Jason. Our next question here comes from Steven Chubak of Wolfe Research. Steven?
Thanks, Vlad. Thanks, Jason, for taking my questions. So I wanted to double-click into the crypto discussion and the evolving competitive landscape. So as you both noted, just given the strength of your crypto offering, enabling you to grow meaningfully while still flexing some pricing power, once we have regulatory clarity, how would you frame the incremental revenue opportunity from launching additional altcoins and leaning into opportunities such as staking and lending? And was hoping you could also speak to the risks. One of the questions we get quite often is how do you handicap the risk of larger competitors entering the space and potentially at more competitive price points?
Yeah, I'd maybe take the risk point first. I think consistent with more competitors entering the space, I think it's right to assume that crypto is becoming more mainstream and more accepted. And I think we're beginning to see that. You saw the strength of crypto in the quarter. A lot more customers were trading crypto. So while there may be more competition over time, I do expect that there'll be greater demand for crypto as well. And sorry, this first part of the question you had for me?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I would just add that, what customers really love about trading crypto on Robinhood is that they not only have access to crypto, but they can trade equities, options, now futures, soon a comprehensive suite of event contracts all in one place. And so I think obviously we see some opportunity from continuing to roll out the offering, and we've invested a lot in the technology. And tokenization, once permissible in the U.S., I think is going to be a huge opportunity that Robinhood is going to be front and center in.
Thanks for the question. Our next question comes from Brian Bedell at Deutsche Bank. Brian?
Oh, great. Thanks. Thanks. Good afternoon, guys. If I can bundle one question in here on the new initiative, the Legend platform, the index options, and also futures, just in terms of the revenue that you quoted, how should we think about how that is pacing in terms of a growth rate? I guess, in other words, did you get a lot of take up initially, and then the growth rate slowed, or do you see that growth accelerating? And if you can comment on all three of those areas.
You want to take that?
Sure. I mean, as we mentioned, Legend is now up to a $50 million annual revenue run rate. Index options, $15 million. Index options just recently rolled out to everyone. And then futures, we've just started rolling out. In terms of the growth rates, these are strong week-over-week growth rates. We feel really good about that. Stepping back, looking at the long term, I would say each of these represent pretty substantial portions of the overall market, and we're demonstrating, I think, an ability to take market share and compete. And so early signals are strong. The week-over-week growth rates are strong, and we've got really positive feedback from customers. So where I'm sitting today, I'm really optimistic.
Yeah, and I'd say these things are compounding upon one another. So we rolled out index options on Robinhood Legend, and that further accelerated the growth. And we see continued opportunities that I think will be tailwinds. Not only is it going to continue to penetrate the customer base, but I think we see more opportunities on the option side for Robinhood Legend. Our customers are really happy with the equities trading experience. I think that's world-class on Legend. And I think we see some more opportunity on options to make it even better.
Thanks for the question. Thanks, Vlad and Jason. All right. And our next question comes from Devin Ryan at Citizens JMP. Devin?
Thanks so much. Hi, Vlad. Hi, Jason. How are you?
Hey, Devin.
Hey, Devin.
Hey, and congratulations on the great end of the year and the business momentum. I want to shift gears a little bit and dig in on the custody opportunity for advisors. We're obviously now a few months removed from the trade PMR announcement. I know you still need to close that deal, but it would be great to get any anecdotes on how that deal has been received in the market, what the feedback has been from those advisors, whether you're seeing demand from other advisors in the market, and just really kind of big picture how you're planning to differentiate in the RIA custody market. Obviously a massive TAM, but just would love an update on that as well. Thanks.
Yeah. I'll field that one. I think we see advisory as an enormous opportunity, and we're going to tackle it very, very aggressively. When we talk to advisors, including trade PMR customers, I think by far the number one thing that gets everyone very excited is access to the Robinhood customer base. And I think what gets Robinhood customers excited is being able to talk to a human advisor. I think in particular for customers that are a little bit older, closer to retirement, and have a lot of assets, being able to access a human advisor to help them with their financial needs is absolutely critical. So I think we can solve both problems. I think we can appeal to customers that may be a little bit older, that have more comprehensive needs, and they love the digital experience of Robinhood, but would love a human advisor. And for a lot of these advisors, including trade PMR customers, these guys are entrepreneurs, and they see an opportunity for Robinhood to help them tap into the 25 million customers in the U.S. that are going to have their wealth growing tremendously over the next several decades, particularly as they inherit, tens of trillions of dollars from older generations. So we see this as a big part of being the number one platform for wallet share for the next generation, and really being the first truly multi-generational platform. We think that our customers' parents should be using Robinhood, their children should be using Robinhood, and nobody's really nailed that product experience for what investment management and financial services looks like for the entire family. And I think not a lot are trying. We're having some success. The initial rollout there will be of the credit card, where it's actually a wonderful experience for the entire family. And you should expect to see us bringing more of that into investment management and advisory.
Thanks, Vlad. One moment for our next question. Our next question comes from Amit is Investing. Amit?
Never heard of him.
Hey, Vlad. Hey, Jason. Thanks for taking my question, and congrats again on an incredible quarter. Last year, you all told investors that as rates come down, you can expect more trading volumes, and that thesis has basically played out. I think right now we're in kind of a Goldilocks zone where rates are strong enough for your net interest income to sustain itself, but not low enough to take away that income. So is the guide for 2025 similar to rates coming down would lead to an increase in trading volumes, or is there a diversified view that investors should have on the impact of rates on the business?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that. Thanks for the question. So the comments I gave on revenue is that we expect another year of double-digit revenue growth. So the precision that we were providing on guidance was really around OpEx at 2 to 2.1 billion. We are seeing that relationship, that natural hedge play out, where rates go one direction and trading goes the other. And just looking at the print this morning and the updated expectations around rate cuts, I think there's still room for rates to come down this year. Maybe perhaps it's one cut or maybe two. But I feel like our business is really designed to thrive regardless of the macro backdrop on interest rates. And we've seen the pickup in trading. Rates have come down. We're still, to your point, making strong interest. And we've been diversifying our business. As I mentioned at Investor Day a couple of months ago, we now have 9 business areas with revenues over $100 million. So we feel like we're really well positioned, and it has been nice to see our thesis play out, that there's a natural hedge in this business, and it's really been playing out and showcased in Q4.
Yeah, I just want to add there, we're building a business that's intended to not be reliant on external factors for revenue. So that's why, even with our yield products like the Gold Sweep, the goal would be to operate with a certain margin and, vary that with the rates. But we want to be competitive and offer customers a great deal regardless of the rate environment, and generate a small but healthy margin regardless of the environment as well. Same goes for margin on the other side. That'll become more compelling with rates going down. But it's still going to be a great business for us that we think we can continue to grow market share very quickly in.
Thanks for the question. Just a moment. Our next question comes from Alex Markgraf at KeyBank. Alex?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for taking my question. Maybe just as we think about some of the growth drivers for 25, would be curious to get your thoughts on how you're thinking about the approach to deposit incentive offerings in 25. I think proved pretty successful in 24, so any updated thinking there for 25 would be great. And then, Jason, if you could just clarify on the Legend revenue composite or the Legend revenue number of 50 million, is that viewed as entirely incremental at this point? Thank you.
Yeah, I'll start with the incrementality. So the data is still pretty early, but we've seen enough to be confident that there's strong incrementality here on Legend. We're going to let it play out a little bit more before we provide additional clarity, but it is nice to see. We are seeing a very strong uptake on Legend from existing customers. We're also seeing new customers. And I think over time there's going to be, particularly as we round out the product suite and the user experience, an opportunity to really grow incrementally with existing customers and bringing on more new customers. Vlad, do you want to take deposit incentives?
Yeah. On the deposit incentives front, we've got one going right now for retirement that's going to be on incoming transfers and rollovers. And that's very exciting. Actually, we've been seeing a lot of rollovers. The rollovers experience is much smoother than it was last year. So there's been tremendous improvement there. We also are offering and experimenting with APY boost incentives on the Gold program, and those are much more personalized. So I think the future is more personalization, where we actually really lean into our strengths as a technology organization. And we expect to continue to make great progress. I mean, 50 billion in net deposits over 2024 was a big number, multiples of how fast incumbents are growing, and we see plenty more opportunity to grow our business.
Yeah, and I would just add that we love the economics on these deposit matches. The payback periods and the overall economics are very very attractive, and growing assets is just great for business. So we'll keep that going.
Thank you both. And our next question here comes from Ben Budish at Barclays. Ben?
Hi, good evening, and thanks for taking the question. I was wondering if you could unpack a little bit more detail around your new Gold members. How many of them are net new to Robinhood? What's the sort of activity associated with the credit card? So how many of them are net new to Robinhood? How many of them are new Gold members? And what sort of activities are you seeing sort of associated with the adoption of the card itself? Are you seeing bigger balances, stronger deposits? How should we think about that as sort of a additive to kind of your platform approach to the customer?
Yeah, I mean, first off, we're investing a lot in the Gold program. And I think you guys are seeing the fruits there. When someone becomes a Gold subscriber, they grow AUC, assets under custody, much more rapidly, net deposits more rapidly, and they adopt our products at a much higher rate. So the journey is basically someone joins Robinhood, they become a Gold member relatively quickly, and then their rate of assets under custody, net deposit growth, and multi-product adoption increases. And so we've really made a ton of progress growing the attach rate, particularly early on in the customer's journey with Robinhood. I think we mentioned in Q4, out of the new net funded accounts to Robinhood, 30%, north of 30% ended the quarter as Gold subscribers, which I think is just tremendous as an attach rate. And I think we can continue to work on that. With the Gold card in particular, one of the really interesting things, I think we're actually one of the few that are capable of measuring this as an integrated platform, but we are seeing strong second order effects between users of the credit card and the core brokerage business, which I think validates our thesis that there's a Gold flywheel, and if we sort of like make each of the individual pieces better, the overall customer value to the Robinhood ecosystem benefits tremendously.
And in terms of the cardholders, so we're a little over 100,000 cardholders at this point. We plan to increase that by several hundred thousand this year. In terms of the mix between kind of new customers or new to gold customers, there's a healthy portion of our wait lists that are not currently gold members. So we see that as a big opportunity.
One moment for our next question. Our next question comes from Roy from Crossroads Investing. Roy?
Thanks for having me, guys. Tremendous quarter. I loved seeing the rollout of options at the UK this week, and I'd really like to hear more about the international expansion, specifically if future international expansions are going to follow a similar roadmap as the UK launch, starting with equities, building on products from there, and then specific country products such as ISAs and SIPs in the UK. And I'd also like to know if those are coming out later this year in the UK as well.
Hey, Roy. Short answer, yes. Yeah, we're spending a lot of, we're going to make a lot of progress internationally this year. We were extremely happy with the options launch. That makes us one of the few brokers that are offering options trading in the UK. And the response to that from customers, maybe you saw on socials, was quite positive. So customers in the UK wanted it. We were happy to deliver. And I think in the future, we're going to continue to round out the offering. And the benefits of having an integrated platform with a single technology stack is, as we continue to roll out things in the US, they'll accrue to international markets. 24-hour market is an example. Now that we have futures, once we get regulatory clarity, we'll look to be offering that in the UK as well. And in the EU, the focus is, again, on rounding out the product suite as well. And we're also looking ahead to other markets. The goal is for Robinhood to be everywhere, be anywhere where customers have smartphones. You should be able to open up a Robinhood account and benefit from our suite of best-in-class financial services. So you should expect us to not just round out the product suite in our current geos, but expand from there. And the team's been doing a nice job accelerating that.
Yeah, and I think in terms of the sequence of products,
that gold card is available to auction. It will be sold. That's a solid gold credit card.
I don't think that there's necessarily a set playbook on what goes first. It's going to depend on the market that we enter.
Yeah, and I tell you, look out for that. I think we've been talking a lot about the gold event, but we're going to have our first crypto event, which is going to be in France around mid-year. So we've got that agenda already packed.
Thanks, Vlad and Jason. Our next question comes from Ken Worthington of JP Morgan. Ken?
Hey, Ken.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for taking the question. So I wanted to dig in a little bit deeper on the credit card. You have balances, I think, both on and off balance sheet. How do the economics work between on and off balance sheet, and what happens with credit risk between those two buckets?
So credit risk is very similar between the two. We're holding the risk, and the economics are also very similar as well. And I think as we go forward, this is something that the team is evaluating and will be optimizing over time.
Thank you, Jason. Thanks, Ken. Our next question comes from John Todaro from Needham. John?
Hey, guys. Congrats on a great quarter. Question on the crypto side. Vlad, I remember you calling out stable coins pretty positively back in December, and they've obviously grown a ton over the last few months. Just wondering if there's more possibilities of kind of doing some direct product launches around stable coins and monetizing that adoption a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. As you guys probably know, we entered into we have USDG that we partnered with a few other great companies on the global dollar network, which is going to be a stable coin that passes back yield to holders, which we think is the future. I think many of the leading stable coins don't have a great way to pass yield to holders. And that makes them not ideal for holding dollars in that form. So, you see a lot of use for transaction, moving money back and forth. But in terms of actually like holding dollars in stablecoin form, yield is an important piece. I should say that, we see the power of that, of the stablecoin ourselves as a company. So I don't think it's just interesting for retail, but there's benefits to the technology and the 24-hour instant settlements for us as a business. And in particular, we're using stablecoin to power a lot of our weekend settlements now, and we're using it increasingly. And I think Robinhood's going to be an early adopter of that, but we should expect that those benefits that we're seeing other companies will eventually come to realize, and that'll be a tailwind for institutional stablecoin adoption industry-wide. So stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more on the Dollar Global Network, and yeah, we're going to be investing in this space.
That's great. Thanks, Vlad.
There's your XRP.
Our next
investment.
question comes from Evan from Stock Market News. Evan?
Awesome. I appreciate you guys for having me. Thank you for taking the question. Congratulations to you guys on the quarter.
Thanks.
We've talked about a lot of very different opportunities here, and I appreciate a good job passing 1 billion. We talked about a lot of different opportunities here: crypto, active traders, international opportunities, prediction markets. How do you go about ranking these different opportunities, maybe in both the scale of them and how immediate you might be deploying these finite resources to them? And do you guys think you need more people, more resources to go in and attack all of these opportunities you guys see?
Yeah. Capital allocation is kind of the job, right? Resource allocation, capital allocation is what we do. I'd say these are the three arcs of our business. So if you look at being number one in active traders, that's the near term arc. So improvements that we make to the products and new features immediately or very, very quickly generate more revenue. I think you're seeing that with Robinhood Legend and index options, where a handful of months after launch, Legend's already at a 50 million annualized revenue rate, which is pretty amazing. And active traders were scaled. New product enhancements immediately result in more revenue for the business, more business value. That gives us fuel to pursue our other two arcs, which are longer term. So I would think about it not as we're going to nail active traders, then we're going to be number one in wallet share, and then 10 years from now, we'll start working on international. We're pursuing these independently. They're going to build off of each other, and the tool, the revenue, and the resources we get from active traders are going to fuel expansion into bigger and broader markets. So I think it's exciting. What's even more exciting, and I'm sure Jason agrees with this, is being able to do all of this and execute while keeping OpEx growth to a minimum. So keeping our hands on the wheel, as you would say. And I think that just comes down to our embrace of technology. I think we've seen a lot of benefits from adopting AI technologies, becoming more efficient. We've seen that on the software engineering side, but really across the board. And I think there's more tailwinds there. There's a lot more we can do, but we do believe we can continue to increase product velocity, roll out more features, and grow while keeping OpEx growth in check. I think that's just from any good company leveraging AI, you should expect to see that in the future.
Yeah, and there's no shortage of ambitions to drive growth, and we've been allocating headcount where necessary. But you saw the tremendous growth that we drove in 2024, yet the OpEx did not go up that much, and that's not an accident. We have a very expense-light business model. I've talked a lot in the past about how 90% of our OpEx is fixed cost, and that was really showcased this quarter in Q4 as over 80% of the incremental revenue dropped to the bottom line in terms of profit. But when we look around, we're not constraining the business with resources. We're really doing as much as we think we can prudently manage and roll out with a high-quality product for customers.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Vlad. That concludes the Q&A portion of our call. Before we end the stream, I'd like to give it back to Vlad for any closing remarks. Vlad?
Well, I'd like to thank Jack. I know we promised Chris in the flesh, but he was under the weather. Jack, I think you did a very, very nice job with that. Yeah, I think that I want to thank you guys. Hopefully, you enjoyed the new format. Both retail analysts and institutional analysts who've been along for the journey. It's been a strong quarter, but we're nowhere close to done. This is going to be a big, intense year for us, and I think the team is super energized at the opportunity ahead and delivering even more for our customers. Thank you.
Thanks.
So there we go. There is the Robinhood call. Very, very nice indeed. It was nice to see them on camera doing their thing. I just took a phone call during that. Some big investors like Robinhood, and they're buying it, which is a bit of a surprise, really. Well, they didn't own it when it was $8, but people are happy to pay this price and buy in, which is fantastic. As you heard what Vlad says, they're expecting a 10x from here, $600 stock, thereabouts, or more than that, in fact. So all good for Robinhood. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the call this evening. It was good. The phone line is open. We're going to invite you now to call in before I finish the call. If you'd like to call in tonight, you can be live on the show, have your say. So here we go. I'm going to put this in the chat now. Live phone in. Would you like to have your say? What do you think about this? Let me pin this to the top. There you go. It's pinned to the top. If you'd like to call in, you can have your say on the show. We can have up to 10 people call in. Now, what I was showing there earlier was a solid gold credit card, not just a gold card from Robinhood. It's a solid gold credit card from Robinhood. I got that because I referred 10 people to gold who then stayed gold members for 2 months. And there was a number of people that were awarded a gold card, and not that many made, really, but I have no use for it. The solid gold card is just sitting there in a box. It's 10 karat gold, so it's about $1,500, $2,000, something like that worth of gold, and I can either melt it down or sell it. And a number of people have said they would like to buy it from me. So once I've blanked the card, it won't come to you active. You won't be able to use it. But once I blank the card and make the chip blanked, then I'm going to sell it. I've had several offers to buy it, and you will have a solid gold piece of solid gold, 10 karat gold, and you can auction it. Sorry, you can use it. You can't use it, of course, but you could have a souvenir of Robinhood. It's very rare to get one of those solid gold cards. So I will be doing that at some point. Let's bring the comments on the screen. That's what have we got here. Zach, thank you very much indeed. Said, Alex, if you want to call into the show, the phone line is now open. It's pinned to the top. You can call in. Let's have a look. RLUSD. Saab, talking about XRP. Yeah, I mean, this is the strength of investing on crypto. I would be buying in with the investing in Robinhood, investing in the banks. So like I said before, the financials are the leader right now of the sector, of the S&P. I'm not surprised. And I gave everyone my thoughts. You should take some profit from this. It's already starting to come down. Take some profit. Don't sell all of it, but consider taking profit and then take that profit on a dip to buy up again. It is now overbought. A 10x is great, but that's years away. We put a price target on this of $40, then we upgraded to $50. We're now at $64. So why not take some profit? Not all of it, just sell some. Already you could have bought a little dip there. So there you go. That's what I would be I'd be considering on doing. We got Alex live on the phone. Let me put Alex into guest spot number 1. And we can have 10 people calling in. Alex, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. How are you, mate?
Good afternoon, Martin. Once again, I'm back.
Yes, you are. Welcome. You're always welcome on the show. Happy with Robinhood tonight?
Thank you for having me, basically. I just fixed the the sound because there was an issue here.
Ah, okay.
I think we've got really lovely news. One thing that I've been waiting to see was in the beginning, and I know I mentioned it on the chat, that I've seen, I can't remember his name, the left guy, Vlad.
Oh, Vlad Tenev and Jason Helmick.
Yeah, I saw him a little bit nervous on the way that he was talking, and I'm like, I don't want to see someone.
That was because of the presentation. They've never done an on-camera presentation before. That was the very first time. They're normally just on the phones.
Someone mentioned it on the chat, which I really appreciate for the information.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting to see them getting really comfortable because I'm not going to lie, I've been using eToro for 1.5 years, as you know, and you provided me the Robinhood, and I believe it's the most amazing platform that I've ever used.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they are doing a really great job.
I think so.
Great news.
Yeah, when they started off, there was obviously some camera issues there, and the way that was, you could tell the sound, and the sound wasn't the greatest. The microphones weren't the right microphones for the job. They sounded like they were sitting back here like that. But you can see that's the only reason why they were nervous. The presentation was great. The call was great. The profits. I mean, the company is great. We knew that when we bought it at $8. Sometimes it's hard just to own in the S&P when you bought these original stocks, thinking, but of course, it's all part of it. Great, very happy. Take a bit of profit off the table, buy a little dip. It's already dipping now, no surprise. You might get a big dip tomorrow, like 10%. I wouldn't be surprised if you get a 10% drop tomorrow. It's overbought, it's overvalued at this price. It's current price anyway.
Absolutely, after the earnings especially.
Yeah, and saying a 10x. It's what Vlad does. He's a salesman. At the end of the day, 10x from here. Well, maybe in 10 years, but not now. Not now. So you've got to take some profit. But other than that, you're happy with the call?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm really pleased with what they said, and looking forward for the future. More opportunities to buy in.
Yeah, you heard them talking about the Robinhood Gold Card. Have you applied for one?
No, not yet. It's been in my plans. Like tomorrow, I need to sort out the gold membership.
Yes,
which
well,
is
essentially, what you can do now is someone was asking in the chat saying, "Is it a $5 a month?" It's better than that.
Yeah,
it used to be. Was it you who asked that? Was it?
Yeah.
It used to be $5 a month. It's now $60 a year.
Okay.
All right. Or was it? No, sorry, $50. Hang on.
$50 a year.
$50 a year. You save 2 months. Yeah. Yes, it's cheaper. You can do it yearly now. That's what I do. I pay yearly. So you can save $10. That's good. The gold card itself is phenomenal. Even though I've shown you my solid gold card, I don't actually use that. I used it once. I went to a Burger King and bought a $10 burger with a 2,000 solid gold card. It was quite weird, wasn't it, really? I actually held on to it and tapped on the thing. I didn't give it to somebody in case they run off with it. But the app itself is phenomenal. I'll just share with you, everybody on the screen now, as I'm talking to you, how this works. You get a separate app. There is the there's the where is it now? And that's crazy. I use it every day. And or is it my other phone? Is it my other phone I use this on? Or do I not have it on this app? Hang on a minute. I thought I did. Just bear with me a second. I was going to show you how this actually works. I absolutely think it's phenomenal. The card is just ridiculously good. Where is it? Gold card. Here we go.
Vaz is in the building, by the way. He needs to call in.
Ah, Vaz. Welcome, Vaz. Hang on. Log in. What's going on here? Log in with Robinhood. Is that because I'm online? Gold card. Just bear with me. Oh, there we go.
On the comment for Songs for Space about Tesla,
yeah,
I've said, I think on your previous live yesterday, that I'm waiting Tesla to drop to $100. Sorry, in order for me to buy. I used to love Tesla, and right now, I believe Elon Musk is messing a lot of the things. He's upsetting a lot of people, and especially in the USA.
Yeah, I agree. It's very volatile. It's a very strong business, but saying that everyone's going to own a $30,000 Optimus robot is a bit of a stretch. It's easy for him. He's the richest man in the world. I won't be buying one. I doubt if you'll buy one. A lot of people will, but most people will not be going out and spending 30 grand on a robot. I think a lot of people are actually getting quite anti-AI now, starting to fear it and not like it. And I'm presented with AI options all the time, and I'm turning them down all the time. I don't want to just go AI. I don't want to sit here as a virtual person myself, pretend, and I'm sat watching the TV while an AI sits here and does it all for me, and you're all talking to a pretend version of me. I'm not really a fan of the AI thing. Honest, I like doing it real. But anyway, I've managed to get that app open now. I don't know why it wasn't, but let me show you this, guys. You're going to find this amazing, right? So this is my actual. I've got to be careful what I show you on screen. So this is my actual card. I'll just show you. So you have a separate app. This is my Robinhood card. There you can see it. There's my balance. I always clear it off end of the month. This is my first month of it being cleared and start again. So I've got a $20,000 credit limit. There's my card. You see it says AU79. That's because it's actually solid gold. Now, when I buy stuff, they appear straight here. So look, I've just paid a bill. I paid my YouTube membership. I'm a member of my own channel on the extra channel. So there you go. I pay my bills, everything on the Robinhood Gold card. Now, what's really, really amazing is if I walked into a supermarket today and I used my card on my iPhone, so I use the Apple version, the Apple Pay, card, whatever, and I buy something, immediately there it is. You can see that's my internet, that's my YouTube. That's how much I pay for my Spectrum, my internet. Remember, I told you I keep bringing the price down. This is all. There's the gold membership, $50. There it is. Look, there's the Burger King I bought. I told you I bought a Burger King. There it is. Look, January the 22nd. So you can see it's all true here. Look. So look. So when I buy something, it immediately appears on the app. Now, if you'd used a normal credit card from anyone else, American Express, Bank America, it would appear immediately on your statement. And then about a month or 2 months, once you got to a certain limit, you might get to a level of cash back. This is 3% cash back on everything immediately. Not just some things. Some things are 1%, some things are 2%. This is 3% on everything. All right? And it's immediate. And you can get the money immediately. So what I'm going to show you is this. I'll go back to the card and I'll show you this. So let me just make sure I show you in the right place. I don't want to do the wrong thing. So I'm only just being careful because I've revealed too much information in the past, and I want to be careful. I don't want to do it again. So I'm sort of being a bit more careful now. Where's they've just upgraded the app just a few days ago. Here we go. This button here. Okay. So I'm going to show you something now. If you've not seen this is the latest version of the app. So you can see here that I've got currently 446 points. I've earned 1,319, 3% cash back on everything, 5% cash back on travel. Now, when I checked that, I thought, okay, they're going to charge more for the flights. Actually, they were less. I was buying proper American Airlines flights, and they were cheaper than American Airlines, plus a 5% cash back. And that's immediate 5% cash back. So there you go. Now, what you can do, you can scroll down here. There's gift cards, flights, hotels. Can you see here, cash back right at the bottom? Right at the bottom, see it? Cashback. I can click on cashback. Now, can you see that? The last few purchases are currently worth $2.30. Right? It's 3% basically of my income. And what I can do, I can sweep across. Well, it's actually more than that. Look, watch. I can take it all the way across and I can get $4.46 right now. Now, I normally do it immediately. I haven't done it because they've given me an extra perk at the moment, so I'm trying it. Now, at the bottom of the screen, you can't quite see it. It says redeem those 446 points, which is $4.46. Now, if I press the button, and I'm not going to do it because I don't want to do it this time. I'll explain why in a minute. The money, that $4.46, would be in my Robinhood account immediately. So imagine this. You've walked into a restaurant, you've walked into a Best Buy, and you've bought $1,000 TV. All right? And you've got 3%, which is $30. Okay? You've got $30 immediately, not next week, not next month when your Bank of America decides to give it to you, and then it'd only be 2% or 1%, it's 3%. You've got $30, and with a swipe of that little button there, that $30 is cleared funds in your brokerage account, either reducing your margin, in my case, or earning 5% APY on the interest. You're earning 5% on the 3% they've just given you immediately. That's phenomenal, right? But it gets better than that, right? It gets better than that. I'll show you what happened, how it's now got better than that. I mean, it's insanely good. How good Robinhood is just ridiculous. So let's say I don't want to swipe it right now. As you've seen, I've got points built up. I never save the points. I just cash them in straight away because why would I save them? Now look what they're doing. Mystery box. If you go onto here, right, you can't quite see it. It's at the bottom of the screen. If I change to this screen, you might see it. Oh, there you go. If I clear away this, rather than take the 3% cashback immediately, I can have 5% for the next 24 hours. So if I was going to buy something big tomorrow, using those points, I could redeem them and get 5%. If I just wait until I've got 1,000 points. So wait until I've got $10 rather than the $3 I've got $4 I've got now, right? So they're just asking you to leave it there. They'll reward you with either 10,000 points, 5%, 7,500, 10% on your groceries. I mean, think of this. 10% on your groceries. That's nearly 3 times the rate of inflation you're going to get back. So those people that are saying eggs have gone up in price, right, which they have, you can get all the inflation wiped out, right? 5,000 points, 5% on your next restaurant purchase, and so on and so forth. 4% next 24 hours. All these extra perks. Now, currently, what I'm doing, I'm just leaving it there. So I normally take the money straight away because there's no point leaving your points sitting there. You could earn money on cashback, right? But because of this feature, and I want to share with you on the show, which is why I'm doing it really, that's why I'm saving them up to get to 1,000, which I should be in a couple of days. I've only got to pay a $100 bill or something like that, and I'll be there. So I'll be able to show you, but I'm going to get the mystery box. So I actually think Robinhood is a phenomenal platform. I use it for everything. I use it for my pension. I use it for my gold card, my savings, my everything. I absolutely love it. But there it is. There's the gold card. Now, if any of you actually would like to get this solid gold card, gold's always going up in value. It's currently worth about $2,000 in gold. You can message me and give me a bid for it. I'm going to sell it because I would rather put the money into my S&P. Don't see any, I've got no real desire just to hold a piece of gold. And whatever the card, it'll be a souvenir of the show. I'll sign it if you want me to or not. But it's also a piece of gold you can sell one day. It's only going to go up in value. So if you paid $2,000 for it in 5 years, it's probably worth $3,000. I mean, it's an actual appreciating asset, isn't it? Anyway, so there you go. You're the only one who called in, Alex. No one else is brave enough to call in this afternoon. It's just yourself. Anything else you'd like to add or things you'd like to ask before we let you go?
2 things. I just need a piece of information, like due to your knowledge. Now that I started with the Robinhood, and it's classed as self-employed, let's say, the whole investment thing that we are doing, you can get it into self-employed, can't you?
Are you a self-employed? Do you have a job or are you self-employed?
No, I have a job. I use my national insurance number on the job that I have.
Okay.
But also, I've been trying to question, but due to my working hours, I couldn't call the HMRC and ask the questions to get the information that I want. Can you still use the national insurance normally on the Robinhood?
I'm not sure I understand your question. What do you mean? Can you use national insurance?
So when I created the account, it was asking me about information about me, like address, phone number, national insurance. And
Well,
everything.
in the US, you would have because you're like me, haven't you? You've got a US
Yeah.
one and a UK app. Yeah, I'm the same. So you have a social security on your US one, and you have a national insurance number on your UK one. Yes.
Yeah. So
right.
that's all right. Yeah. I don't have to stress about or anything about
No.
tax.
No. Your Robinhood US. Nothing happens until you actually sell anything. It's not about removing the money, it's about selling. So your Robinhood US account, whatever you own, when you sell it, it's a capital gain, and Robinhood will report that to the IRS. And whether you're a self-employed person, whether you work for a company, like I'm an employed person of Martyn Lucas LLC. So I work for myself, but I work for a company, however you are. So my income on YouTube is my business income. I pay tax on that. And my profits on my Robinhood are also taxable. They are capital gains, but for me personally, they're not a business income. They are me personally. That's my capital gain, so I will pay tax on those as well. In the UK, it's exactly the same. Your Robinhood UK account, your UK income is taxed, and your UK capital gains is taxed. It's part of your overall tax position.
Okay, and do they withdraw it from your bank account, or
do they withdraw who?
For the tax, like end of the year when
Are you talking about the US or the UK? First of all.
US. Like
US.
they accepted my national insurance number and my address.
No, the US wouldn't have done. The US would have accepted your social security number. The UK would have accepted a national insurance number.
Okay.
You've got two accounts, haven't you, on Robinhood? A US one and a UK one, correct?
I haven't made the UK one yet.
Oh, you haven't made the UK one?
No.
All right, I thought you had, because I remember getting some free shares from that, and I thought you'd done that. So maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it from the American one.
Okay, not the UK one. All right. Okay. Right. So you have got a Robinhood US account, and that you use a social number. Yeah, that's what they would recognize. That's right. So what happens is when you sell something and make a profit, right? That's a taxable event that Robinhood tell the IRS about, right? Now, at the end of whether you tell them or not, the IRS know about it. Okay. Now, because I am a business, I do my accounts every year. I've got a CPA, right, an accountant, whatever, and I tell them my income on YouTube, my profit, and whatever. I do it all myself. They just audit it and go, yeah, okay, you owe this on tax and whatever. Okay. But they also want to know what my income on Robinhood is. The IRS already know, but my CPA doesn't know because I haven't told them. They don't talk directly to the IRS. The IRS know, and they want it to match up with what the CPA says. And if it doesn't, they'll be coming after me going, your client's lying. He made $1 million on Robinhood. Why hasn't he told you? Because we know about it. That's how it works, right? So I will tell my CPA, my accountant, if you like, what I've earned on my business, and I will also tell them what I've earned on crypto, Robinhood, and my stocks. Well, I never sell, do I? So I've made no profit. When I sold my Coca-Cola yesterday, that's not a taxable event because that's my IRS, that's my Roth. That's tax-free. That's not a taxable event, right? So I don't have to work that out. Robinhood provide all the tax forms. You can go into the tax section of Robinhood, download those forms, save them as a PDF, and give them to your accountant. Your accountant will tell you earned XYZ on your job, XYZ on your Robinhood, and if you're single or married, it all combines together to your total family income. You owe this amount of money. And then what they'll do is, if you've not got someone in your life, see, I'm married, my wife earns money. If you're just on your own and you've paid tax into your normal job, so you've paid tax, it's been deducted at source, you're a regular employed person, your tax has been deducted, you might be getting a tax refund if you've paid too much tax or whatever. Your Robinhood is taxable. They've not received the tax on that, so they will deduct that from your refund if you were going to get a refund. That makes sense? Right. It's an extra income. Yeah. Whereas when you work for an employer, the employer has already deducted your tax, and at the end of the year, if you're lucky, you might get some back because that's how it works, right? When you put in your expenses, you might get a bit back. That's how it works. If you're married, like in my case, my wife she might have had her money deducted or whatever, but I've not paid anything because I'm self-employed, right? Martyn Lucas hasn't paid any money. I've got to then pay that. So if you're married and your partner has an income and their money's been deducted at source, you might then, your money hasn't, you might owe your partner to settle it out amongst the two of you, or you've got to pay, depending. Everyone's situation is different, but technically, whether you're married or single, you've not paid the tax on your gains on Robinhood, have you? Because no employer has had control over that. No one's deducted it. You've just got it in your brokerage account. That's why you need to keep money to the side to be able to pay. So to simplify this, if I'm just a single person, not married to anybody, it's just me, and I've got no job, I'm not earning any money, just me, zero, and I make money on Robinhood, and I sell some stocks, sell some crypto, I've made capital gains, and I am above the threshold at where you pay tax, because you can earn so much without paying tax. If you earn 10 grand a year, no one's going to tax you, right? You've got to live. But if you earn above a certain amount, you'll be taxed. Now, you've not paid that tax because it just simply occurred. You sold XYZ stock, XYZ crypto, you made $10,000. It's in your brokerage account. You've got profit. The Inland Revenue, sorry, that's the UK. The IRS, they want your money. They will bill you and you'll pay it. But if you've got someone who's already earned some money, they'll deduct it from what they've was going to give you as a refund until it all balances itself out. But that's how it works. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. And the only way that you get taxed on that is only if you sell the stocks, right? And after a year, if you sell it,
if you never sell, say that again.
Do you have a deduction? Like if you hold the stock, for a year and a half, and you sell it after 2 years.
Yeah, if you buy a stock today and you sell it within a year, you're charged a higher tax than if you hold it over a year. So that's why your CPA, your accountant, will always advise against day trading or swing trading. They will always encourage you from a tax point of view. That doesn't mean it's good advice, right? But from a tax point of view, it's better to hold over a year because you pay less tax on gains you've kept over a year. Capital gains goes down. Yes, that's correct. You pay a less percentage. So when you're day trading, consider that. But of course, you day trade because you've made a swing of 20%. You don't really care about the extra few percent on tax because you've made 20% or 100%. You're not bothered. But you should be aware of it. Most day traders don't even care about it. And very often they'll actually would have been better off just not selling, to be honest. But not everyone considers that. But end of the year, if you hold it for over a year, you'll pay less tax on that. But you need to speak to your CPA and accountant because everyone's life is different. Depends how much money you earn. Are you below the threshold to earn to pay tax? If you are a married person, you've got marriage allowance, and now the two of you are combined. If you go above a certain amount, you're going to pay a higher band of tax because you're on a higher level. All these things need to be taken into consideration. But at the end of the day, you don't have to worry about it too much. When you sell, the tax event is recorded. Your statements are all on Robinhood. You simply look at them, print them out. If you don't understand them, don't worry. Just give them to CPA if you want to, or plug them into TurboTax. If you use TurboTax, it will say, investments, gains, and it will say 1099. It'll ask for the number, and you'll put Robinhood, and it will know. It will know how much you've made. It can see it. So if it says Robinhood account, it'll count. Oh, you've made $3,000. It knows all these systems. That's why Robinhood report it to the IRS. So once you plug it into TurboTax, put your account number in and your social security number, it knows anyway, and then it will work out what you owe and what you should get back and all the rest of it. Yeah, but there is no way to get out of paying the tax. If you've sold an asset on your brokerage account, 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, doesn't matter. At some point, it has to be accountable. Whether you actually paid physical money over to someone else is a different story. Because even though you've got to pay tax on it, you might be getting a refund, so you don't actually have to pay. But it was all calculated, because without that profit, you'd have got even more on your refund. So whether you actually pay it or don't pay it, it's all part of the calculation. It is going out, whether it's a real out or, you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? It still goes out.
Yeah.
And you can't avoid it. You can't admit it or omit it from your forms and get away with it, because the IRS know. And if you never told them, if you traded all day long on Robinhood and made millions of dollars, and every year you told the IRS you don't make any money and I'm just sitting here broke, they know. So they will eventually open your door.
They will come after you.
Well, of course they will. Yeah. I mean, Robinhood tell them everything they need to know. They know how much money you've made, and eventually they're going to send you a big bill and say, you've made all this money, and now you've got to pay it.
Yeah, which sounds fair, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I mean,
no one likes paying taxes, but taxes run the world, and whether we agree with it or not doesn't really matter. I don't want to pay any tax. It's a pain in the arse. I hate tax season. I've got to stop doing videos and live streams and sit down. I mean, this weekend, me and Leah were doing it. I've got to sit down and go through my paperwork, but it takes me 5 minutes. Most of us procrastinate. And once you do it, you go, oh, that was easy. I mean, in Robinhood, there's a section called, settings, account, I think what's it called? Tax documents. And there's 3. There's your crypto document, your main brokerage document, your 1099, or whatever it is. I forget now. And you go download, to a PDF. Yeah, great. And you give it to your accountant, and that was it. Or you plug it into your TurboTax, and it tells you box A. Or what's in box A? $10,000. $10,000, and then you just sit back and pay your tax bill. And that's why you always need to keep some money available. Now, see, in my case, I don't keep any cash available. I own the stock. So what would happen is, if for some reason the IRS says, Martyn, you owe us 10 grand, well, they won't, because I've not sold anything. But say I did, and I've reinvested it in the S&P again, so I haven't got any cash. I've just got to sell one of my shares to pay for it, right? So I would pick stock that had made the most profit a year ago, 2 years ago, in my case, a year and 2 months, and I would sell what I needed to sell to pay the tax. I mean, that's it. Who wants to do that? But that's life.
True indeed.
Yeah.
And the app that you showed before for the credit card, is it credit card or? The app that you showed before about the 5%.
Yeah, that's the Robinhood Gold Card, yeah.
Can everyone get it, or do we need first to get the Gold Card?
You can go onto the App Store and you can download the Robinhood Gold app, yeah, and it will say log in with Robinhood. It links to Robinhood. It'll automatically log in, and it will say you're on the wait list if you haven't got one.
All right, okay.
So what happens is, because this confused me, just so you understand this, if you go onto Robinhood and you click, you want the gold card, one button, you just go, I want the gold card, right? Nothing happens. It just says you're on the wait list. When I did that, I thought I was on the wait list because it says you're on the wait list. You're not actually on the wait list. You're on the wait list for the wait list, right? So what happened is I was on that for about 8 months thinking, when's my card going to turn up? Eventually, it said you could now apply for the Robinhood card. And you saw me. I don't know if you were watching it live, but I did it live on the show. That was the day I went, oh my God, I'm off the wait list, but now I'm on the wait list again. Because then what happened was I applied for the card live on air. Everyone saw me do it. And it gave me a $20,000 credit limit. I plugged it all in and I did it all. And it was a bit of a scary moment because it showed a number that no one's supposed to show online to anyone. It showed it on the screen. I had to delete the video. I went, oh my God, that was a bad moment. Scared the hell out of me. Fortunately, it was all good. I've deleted it. No one can go and see it. And it made no difference anyway. But anyway, so that was that. And then then I'd applied for the card. So now I'm on the wait list because now it came through. It came through about a week later. So yeah, you got to go on the wait list and then you apply and plug in your details and so on and so forth, and whatever, it arrives a few days later. Now, if you've not done the referral like me, if you've not got 10 people to go onto gold and pay for 2 months, you won't get a solid gold credit card. You'll get a plastic card, which will be gold, and it'll be called the Robinhood Gold account, which it is, and you get exactly what I've got, except you don't get a physical lump of gold. That's because I referred 10 people and they stayed for 2 months on the plan. Make sense?
Yeah, I mean, that's an amazing, what they do is, it's just amazing.
It's brilliant. It's what I've had lots of credit cards in my life, and it's by far the best one. Not only does it give me 3% immediately, like on everything, and it's immediately straight in my Robinhood account. That's great. I mean, I'm saving 5% on Robinhood margin, or I'd be earning 5% on APY interest on that money. Well, Bank of America won't allow me to get my cash back until I hit $25, and I've got to wait a month. And it's this is way better. This is instantly. And not only that, what Robinhood Gold Card does, it gives you the same perks and benefits as a premium top of the range American Express card. So you can hire a car, and it includes car insurance. That's worth a lot to me. So when I go to England, holiday or whatever I do, when I go home, I've normally got to pay for car insurance. Not anymore. Robinhood will give me car insurance. Now remember, then they're giving you car insurance, makes you legal, but you might end up, if you have a crash, find out that you still owe a bloody great, what do they call it, excess, whatever. But the fact is, you were legal. That's the point. It might not be the best car insurance in the world, but you are legal. You can say, I've got insurance, and you have. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, the 5% cash back and everything else, and on travel and other things. There's other benefits as well, like accidental damage on things and all the normal stuff. But I think it's brilliant. Way better. I don't use my Bank of America card at all. I used to use it all the time. I don't use it for anything. The only one I use is Amazon, because Amazon gives me 5% on Amazon products. That's obvious, right? You're never going to compete with that. But that's one card for one purchase, for one vendor. Other than that, I use it all on the gold card. Anything else, mate?
Yeah, it's amazing. They're doing a fantastic job, to be honest. And I'm glad I listened to you yesterday that we were talking about Mobix.
Mobix, yeah.
And I had a conversation at work. And obviously there are arguments between people saying, oh, there is a risk on investment. It's gambling. You're a gambler. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going through that. Like, I can provide you the details of what's gambling and what's investment.
Yeah, then they're not. Investing is not gambling. There's element of luck. There's element of did I get it right or wrong. But gambling is blindly going red or black, whatever. That's gambling. There's no when you invest, you can always prevent yourself from losing. If you gamble and you choose red and it's black, you can't control that and you lose. Whereas if you buy a good investment, you know what that company is doing. Doesn't mean to say it's always going to do it, but you know what the company is actually doing. You don't know that's going to go red. You don't know that. Whereas you do know that Amazon's going to report how much money they're making. You can see that, right? Whereas you don't know what's going to happen. Now, you only lose if you sell, so you can always not lose. Now, you might have to wait a period of time, but it's like with the S&P, right? It can go down today, it can go down tomorrow, but I haven't lost until I sell. And if I don't sell, it'll go back up again. Whereas if you choose red or black and you choose black and it's red, you lose. You can't go, well, can I have another go? Can I just wait a little bit? They'll go, no, you said red or black and it was red, and that's it. So gambling is not investing at all. Investing is not gambling at all. I don't agree with that when people say that.
Yeah,
I
didn't agree at all. I tried to explain that.
It's more gambling buying crypto because crypto doesn't earn any money.
Yeah.
It's a popularity contest. There's no earnings. There's no earnings. There isn't anything. Now, Coinbase is different. I like Coinbase. Sensei likes Coinbase because Coinbase is a regulated business, SEC regulated business. It earns money from people who buy crypto. They make money out of people trading crypto. They're a real business. The crypto itself is just whatever you want it to be. But the business is the business, and Coinbase is a real business. So if you like, that's one of Sensei's tips to me, I thought was one of the best ever. If you actually like crypto, invest in Coinbase, because Coinbase is a business. Yeah. It's like owning the bank. The bank never lose. It's like owning the casino. Let everyone trade Binky Bonk, and every time they trade it, you make money from them trading it. One of the best tips Sensei ever gave me was Coinbase, and I think
it's a good platform.
Well, I'm not bothered about the platform. I'm bothered about the business. It came along. I think Sensei pointed it out to me when it was like $30, and now it's like 280 or something like that, 300. I forget what it is now. But yeah, it makes a lot of money. It's a good business. Doesn't matter what Binky Bonk does. It doesn't matter to me. People will still trade it, and when they trade it, it's like owning a casino. I don't have to believe in red or black, but I believe that the punters, if you want to call them that, will come through the door and spend on that table, and me owning the casino is going to get their money. That I can guarantee is going to happen. So rather than gamble, buy the casino, and buying Coinbase is buying the casino, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I was trying to explain to them between gambling and investment. I was like, you don't own anything when you're gambling. Like if you go to a casino and you play roulette or anything, you don't own anything. You don't own the ball. You don't own nothing.
No.
So that's gambling.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
They
if you put your money on red, you can't walk out and say, can I have that red card or that red ball or that whatever? They say, no, that's our card. You don't even get the pack of cards to walk out with. Whereas if you own a share of Amazon, you own a piece of that business. It's as simple as that.
So yeah, I changed my mind today actually, about Mobix, because even though that I was positive about the earnings, I saw on Robinhood something about minus what they are expecting, and they've hit a lot of times minus 7%, and I'm like, I don't want to own something that I'm not like more than 50% of what they are gonna do. Like they don't even know what they are gonna do. If that makes sense, what I'm saying.
Miners. So what do you mean? Bitcoin miners? Are you talking about?
No, Mobix.
Mobix. Okay.
Yeah. They haven't done any earnings on the live, so I don't know if the business is earning money or how they are doing, like in Nvidia
I see.
or Amazon.
Well, you don't want to buy. Yeah, you don't want to do anything. If you don't know what Mobix is, you've got to at least tune into an earnings call and listen to the CFO and CEO present the business to you. You wouldn't buy a house. You wouldn't buy a house, would you, without looking at it?
That's what I thought. You told me exactly the same thing yesterday.
Yeah.
So I changed it, took a little bit of a profit, put them into the Robinhood, made a better profit.
But here's one of the most important, I think one of the most important lessons in investing you'll ever make. One of the most important lessons there ever is. If you took a profit yesterday from Mobix, right?
Yeah, today.
You made money. Congratulations. Yeah. You made money. That's all that matters. That's the only reason why you invested. You didn't invest to lose money. You didn't invest to make friends. You didn't invest to get a t-shirt from Mobix saying, I love Mobix. You invested to make money. You made money. Don't be bothered if tomorrow it goes to $1 million. I know that's really hard, but I experience that all the time. I took my profit from Coca-Cola. That's all I ever wanted to do was make profit. I thought it was going to take me a couple of quarters and the extra dividends to get it. I got it yesterday on the earnings call, and I took it and I bought back in the S&P. That was always my plan. Nothing wrong with that. $680 in profit, buy the S&P. What is ever going to be wrong with that? Nothing. But how did I feel today when Coca-Cola kept going up? If I look at Coca-Cola right now, there it is. If I type in KO, I missed out on about $500 worth of Coca-Cola. It kept on going a little bit more. There was another $500 in the bucket if I just stayed in. But it doesn't matter. I made money. I was happy with what I made. And even though I've missed out, tomorrow it could go back down again. But I bought the S&P with my profit on a dip. And I expect the S&P to beat Coca-Cola short term, not long term. Not long term this year. I think Coca-Cola will do better, but over the next because it happened so quick, way ahead of when I thought it was going to happen. I thought I can make more money on the S&P. Whether I do, whether I don't, it doesn't matter. No one can predict which was the better deal, but I made money, and if I'm consistently making money, it doesn't matter that I missed out. So you did the right thing for you because you made money and you're not really sure about the business. So you walked away with a profit until you can attain more information to make a wise decision. That is investing. That's a very definition of an investor, not a gambler. So congratulations to you. Don't care what anyone else tells you. You did the right thing. Whether it goes up, down, or sideways, it doesn't matter. Don't congratulate yourself if it goes to zero tomorrow. And also don't bereave yourself if it goes up to $1 million tomorrow either. You walked away with a profit. You're now going to study and find out more. And then you'll make another decision at that point.
I think that's what it was missing when I was involved with eToro. That I was thinking all about, I should do that, I should do that, I should do that. What if? And that's a big mistake from what I've noticed, that there is not going to be never in the world history a perfect investment.
No.
Like you can't predict.
No, you can't. No. But also, and just as I bring Zach Zate in, welcome Zach Zate, just calling in, I'll come to you right now. Also, don't just sell if you don't know what the next step is. I always say 5 steps, like chess. Don't just go, I'm selling if you don't know what you're going to do, because you made a decision to buy Mobix and it should have been for the right reason. Maybe it wasn't now because you're going, I'm not sure about what the business is doing. So you corrected that by selling it and taking profit. But normally you'd want to know what you want to do next. Now I knew Coca-Cola had popped, S&P had gone down. That was always my strategy. It always has been my strategy. Now I can do that because those pieces have moved. So it wasn't like sell, now what do I do? I knew what I wanted to do. Because if you don't know what you're going to do, sometimes you end up coming back and paying more because you get FOMO'd in. Oh my God, now it's going to go up. Now you buy a bit back in and you'd have been better off just staying where you were. So, it's worth just always thinking of the next moves ahead as well. So just bear that in mind. You might not have a move ahead, but always try to think what comes next. Zach Zate, how are you? Zach Zate?
Very good.
How are you?
Yes, I want to share with you, sit back, relax, and enjoy the city of San Francisco.
Thank you very much. How long we got to go? Half an hour? How long's this car ride going to go on for?
No, just a nice 30 minutes, 30 seconds.
Oh, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
That's all right. We can do 30 seconds. How are you, Zach? What did you want to say to me, other than taking us on a magical mystery tour?
I want to say, of course, congratulations. You were right all the way with Robinhood. It was great to see this earning. I think the earnings were absolutely performance of the company. And the same as you have the gold card and you see develop of a company, you see the product, more customers moving from different banks. I just wrote at the chat that I made more than $1,000 back by moving all my business expenses on Robinhood, include the traveling, include the hotels, include the money that you get money back.
Brilliant.
So it's absolutely a great card and a company to work with. Yeah. But of course, like Mike said, Mike mentioned it the other time, you can have a $20,000 credit, you still need to cover for it.
Oh, yeah. It's not free money. It's not free money just because it's a nice gold card and you can walk around getting cash back. You've still got to pay for the stuff. It's not for free. No, that's right. Yeah, should not encourage you to spend what you don't have. No, I only ever buy on my card what I can pay off at the end of the month anyway. Guys, I want to get your final thoughts and comments because it's 10 to 6 in the evening. I'm an hour and a half over my normal day. My dinner's getting on. I can hear Leah working in the kitchen. And preparing my lovely meal this evening. So perhaps you could give me your final thoughts. Alex, your final thoughts of the day, please.
I would say that in 4.5 hours, I have to wake up for my normal job. But
oh dear.
Yeah, I do enjoy everything that you do. And as I said on the chat, like I do really much appreciate, like in 6 days, I'm going to be a month now member.
Nice.
Which is amazing. What can I say? Like, I'm waiting for tomorrow until the bell rings and see if we will see like up and down.
Well, tomorrow's PPI, so expect more volatility. We've got 2 days of this. We had CPI today, PPI. Inflation is coming through as sticky. Shouldn't surprise anybody. We all knew that inflation was sticky. It's going to take a time. We have patience. Investors have patience. Gamblers are going, why isn't the rates coming down straight away? I want the rates to come down. Well, it doesn't quite work that way. It's a lagging effect. I'm okay with that. I made my investments using margin, knowing where the rates were, and they're just slowly coming down. So bit by bit, my cost of borrowing is getting less. I've got no problem with that. I don't want a knee-jerk reaction. I don't want Donald Trump to put pressure on the Fed and say, reduce rates tomorrow, and it all goes back up again, and we get a Paul Volcker. We don't want that. We had that in the past. Last thoughts from you, Zach.
Tomorrow, the amusement park is open again. All the roller coasters are open. If you're an investor, you're not a fan of a company, but it's nice to have a hobby to follow and put your money into it as investor.
That's right. That is exactly how it is. Gentlemen, thank you ever so much indeed for your time, and I look forward to sharing your company again tomorrow. Thank you. Drive safe.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
There you go. There's our guests tonight on the show. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much for tuning in. All right, that's it from me. As you can see, my portfolio today started down. It was a tough day with the inflation figures coming in. The world panicked and jumped off a cliff, and it went, oh my God, what's going on? What did I do? Absolutely nothing. Where have I ended up? I'll tell you where I've ended up with a new all-time high, $153,000. That is another all-time high. So there you go. Once again, not so bad. We've just got to have patience. Sensei, you've not seen me. I've not spoken to you for a couple of days. I sold all of my Coca-Cola. I spoke to Sensei on the phone. Sensei, I sold all of my Coca-Cola. I made 4% profit. I made $680, and I bought back in the S&P on the dip. And as you can see, it's returned and done well. And now, if I look, my S&P, I'm already up a third of a percent, which is a grand total of $102. So even though if I'd stayed where I was, I may have had another couple of $100 with Coca-Cola, I've still got 102. So I'm still making money. It doesn't matter. And I'm very pleased to be in the S&P. As I said, I think I'll do best on that the next couple of months. If things change, if Coca-Cola suddenly drops with a sell-off, I can buy back again. Once I'm already making money with the S&P in my Roth IRA, and see what happens. But it'd have to drop a couple of dollars a share for me to do that. Otherwise, you're just paying for the dividend, and there really isn't any point in doing that. That's it from me. Thank you very much, everyone who tuned in tonight. I appreciate you all. Let's see. Matt Dillon, he is the Terminator. I put 100% all my expenses on my credit cards, pay them off every month, every 2 years. We take a 1 month vacation, all paid for by credit card points. It's actually paid for, if we want to be absolutely clear, Cedar Trees, it's paid for by all of those who don't pay their credit cards and they pay interest. They're the ones paying for your holiday. I absolutely agree. That's the way to do it. Today's news, Reeves Cash ISA raid, do cash hoarders deserve a tax break? I'm not sure where we're going with that, Kazansky, I'm sorry. Sounds like a hell of a family business to be in. Very profitable business in those areas of gas industry. We are farmers and we are into rentals, real estate too, said So God Made a Farmer. There is talks of cancelling cash ISA tax-free allowance. I didn't know that in the UK. Try withdrawing from a bank or for cash over $2,000. God forbid 10 grand. They don't have it. We won't give it. That is very true. If you walked into a bank and asked for a good chunk of change, you would not get it out of the bank. He's right there. You'd need to give them time. They don't have it because they're lending it out. He's dead right there. He's absolutely spot on there. What else did I have? Any comments? Transferring large amounts of money. Zach is amazing. Yes, we love our Zach. Yes, indeed. Kazansky, I have more shares now than I did of Coca-Cola after I put, there we go. I have more shares now than I did of Coca-Cola after profit taking and this nice dip. Exactly right. Congratulations. The Hubs is putting 75 grand more in XRP. 75,000? Flipping heck. You're going all in then. It is getting tough to make wealth in the UK now. Stamp duty up in April. I did that on Sidhu. How do you do? Sidhu, how did you do? Oh, yes. I'm waiting for to pull ISAs, or I'm not sure what's going on there. It's 50% exempt from it in the 26. Okay, I think I've covered everyone's comments and questions. Okay, good. That's it from me. Join me in the morning. Thank you ever so much. If you'd like to go behind the scenes, I've got a bit of a thing going on right now. If you want to go and check it out, let me just make sure that this show will take you there. We are live 24 hours a day on the Extra channel. We've got a bit of a debate going on right now, so let me redirect you to the Extra channel. There you go. Save that there. Pop in and say hello. You'll see me behind the scenes. Let me give everybody the link here. It'll take you there automatically. But that's it. Thank you for tuning in. You may have missed lots of videos today that have happened. Let me give you all of these videos that you may have missed. We're doing back-to-back live shows at the moment, doing all your reviews. What did we do today? Let's go down to past live streams. Here we go, past live streams. We did this today. We've been very busy today. Yesterday, I caught up with all Sensei's videos, Vaz's videos. So we started out with, where was Vaz's videos? Well, that's the live streams. That was yesterday. Okay, let's move on. Started out this morning, Day of Investors. We started by a false pump from Supermicro Computer. Go and check that out. People thought it was the earnings. It wasn't the earnings. It was simply a preliminary report, as useless as trying to solve algebra equation while chewing bubblegum. XRP versus Bitcoin. This was very popular. I'm really proud of everyone for watching this through. It had a really good engagement. People really liked it. I presented two arguments, XRP versus Bitcoin, and that was popular. Cons, dividend. We've been hearing how wonderful dividends are. Well, in fact, this one here is a complete and utter con. Go and check it out. Certain high-paying dividend stocks are simply cons. They're not investments at all. They're there to make money for the hedge fund managers and those that run the ETF. Honest, I did analysis on Honest. Here I am driving the car down to sort a problem out that Leah had happened today. I had to deal with an issue. So I was out and about. I had to cancel a couple of shows to sort this out with Leah. Go and check out. Well, not with Leah. Leah didn't have a problem. I'm just taking care of an issue for Leah. Anyway, there we go. There was analysis Grab as well. I did analysis for Grab. Go and check that out. Then we had the Robinhood. Now tomorrow, no, I beg your pardon. That's the 25th. That's the 25th. And that is the 26th. But in the morning, we have Datadog. Early in the morning, Datadog, we have Coinbase in the evening. So we have two more spots available if you want earnings in the morning. Super chat, super thanks, and I will do that for you if you want any of those in the morning. But that's it from me. Thank you very much. Now join me on the Extra channel. Have a lovely, lovely evening, and that's it. I'm done. I'm out of here. Let me make sure where I am. Back to this screen here. And say goodnight to everyone. That's it. We have picked up business in the clean energy sector. I'm just reading a comment from Cedar Trees. Okay, we're all done. Tomorrow, more of the same. More of your reviews tomorrow. We got Datadog, Coinbase. We're also going to be doing, The Honest Company. I've done that. Senzonics for Cedar Trees tomorrow. That will be done again tomorrow. And we've got Sens, Veil, and Poet. At least 3 of your reviews tomorrow and other things that you're asking me in the comments. We've now got this new comment section where all comments are seen from the members, and I see them, reply to them all, and you don't see any bots. The whole thing is tidied up and much, much better. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. Until next time, as always, I'll see you back in the morning. Take care of yourselves and each other.